at the same time, even though the starting pitching at times hasn't gone as deep as we'd like, some of that is by design. We got to build these guys up. Coming off of a COVID year where a lot of them didn't pitch, we kind of have to ease them in a little bit. But at the end of the day, early in the game, we're able to pitch inside. We're able to really open up that outer half of the plate for the guys that come in late in the game. They're our flamethrowers. And so it's been a real full staff effort there. But at the end of the day, we're able to bring in guys that can overpower the other team. They have many weapons. And more than that, they're bulldogs out there, and they want to win. And they believe that they can.
One last question here for you, Michael. We got Domingo Pena out there tonight starting for you. He was a member of the Chuckars back in 2018. Do you think that adds any added motivation for him kind of coming into his old ballpark to try to stick it to him a little bit?
Maybe. I mean, it's a little bit different, now that we're coming off of affiliated and this is an independent circuit. I think it's cool for him to come back here. I know that he enjoyed his time here, but I think more than anything, he knows the ballpark, and, he's experienced. And so when you have a guy that knows the ballpark, he knows how to pitch in this ballpark. He knows, all the nuances of it. So I think it's going to play to his benefit a little bit when you know the park, know the mound, know all of that. And more than anything, though, his experience is going to help us out there as he navigates this lineup.
First pitch just a few minutes away here from Idaho Falls, Chuckars and Missoula Paddleheads. Michael Schlack, the manager of the Paddleheads, joining us. Thanks again for coming on. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more here from Idaho Falls on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
Missoula in Motion reminds our entire community that May is Bike Month. The Garden City has been a gold-level bicycle-friendly city for 9 years, as awarded by the League of American Bicyclists. In fact, Missoula is one of only 20 cities in the U.S. that meets this rigorous standard. The number of bike-friendly activities are endless. Family-friendly self-guided bicycling tours, mountain biking with the Dirt Girls, and Friday night mountain biking at Marshall Mountain. For a full calendar of events, find Missoula in Motion on Facebook or go to missoulainmotion.com/bike month.
The sun is setting later and the weather is getting warmer. What sounds better than sharing a bottle of wine or beer with friends in the backyard? Why not both? Gordon's Market has an amazing selection of wine, beer, cheese, cured meats, and more to power your good times finally reconnecting after what has been a long pause for all of us. While you're there, choose from a selection of gourmet entree and salad choices to make an evening of it. Located at the corner of Higgins and Spruce, Gordon's Market, Missoula's oldest grocery store.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Returning to Idaho Falls for Game 2 of this 3-game series. My thanks once again to Michael Schlack for jumping on with us for a few minutes in the pregame. As we get ready for action between the Chuckars and Paddleheads, we've already had the managers meeting at home plate. The Chuckars are taking the field defensively for the first inning, so let's go ahead and get you the lineups for both teams. We'll start with the visiting Paddleheads. The manager, of course, Michael Schlack. Tristan Carranza leads things off, the center fielder. Luke Navigato, second baseman, hitting third. Jared Aikens bats third, the left fielder. Zach Allman cleans things up. He's at first base. Batting fifth is Nick Gatewood, who we touched on a little bit in the pregame. Had a good game last night. He is a designated hitter tonight, batting fifth. Aaron Bond, who homered at an impressive opposite field home run last night. He bats sixth. He is the right fielder. Dean Navarez in the lineup. He came in as a defensive substitution last night. He is the catcher, batting seventh. Clay Fisher, the shortstop, bats eighth, with Sam Troyer in the lineup, batting ninth for Missoula, with Domingo Pena, the right-hander, getting the start today, his second start of the 2021 season. National anthem coming now here in Idaho Falls. We'll step away one more time for the anthem. When we come back, we got the first pitch coming your way. Paddleheads and Chuckars on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM.
If you're planning to hit the road this summer, now is the time to take your car and truck to Crawford's Automotive. Crawford's Auto on West Broadway does any work you need on any vehicle you have. To make sure you're running soundly, take it to Crawford's Automotive. Get your brakes checked or replaced at Crawford's, and the job will be done right every time with Chase Crawford personally doing the work on your vehicle. Take your cars and trucks to someone you can trust for all your automotive needs. It's Crawford's Auto on West Broadway. The Missoula Sports Barn is now open. Formerly known as Missoula Indoor Sports Arena, the Missoula Sports Barn is under new ownership and has some very exciting leagues and summer camps starting right away for youth, high school, and adults. Visit MissoulaSportsBarn.com to register for soccer, flag football, lacrosse, dodgeball, volleyball, wiffle ball, and cornhole leagues. Coming in July, there will be 2 brand new state-of-the-art Foresight Golf GC Hawk golf simulators that read righties and lefties without moving equipment. Visit MissoulaSportsBarn.com to learn more and register today.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Just wrapping things up there with the national anthem here at Melaleuca Field in Idaho Falls, Idaho for Game 2 of this 3-game series. We are ready for baseball as the Chuckars have taken the field for the top half of the first inning. Let's go ahead and take a look at the defense for these Chuckars. We'll start out in the outfield. We'll take a look at their batting order when they come to the dish in the bottom half of the first inning. Starting in the outfield, moving left to right, Chuck Steele is your left fielder tonight with Thomas DeBonville in center. Matt Feinstein, your right fielder. That's your outfield from left to right. Looking at the infield for the Chuckars at third base, Webb Little is there with Alexis Manji, the shortstop. And at second base is Jordan Garr. Playing first base today is Andrew Don. And doing the catching is a newly added player for this Chuckars team. It is Hunter Hiskey getting the start behind the plate. He actually was just signed today by this Chuckars team. They made one roster move today. It involved Hiskey and Sanchez. The catcher from last night's ball game, he was actually released by the team. Ricardo Sanchez was in the game, of course, last night mentioned, and he moves on, and Hiskey takes his place. He was signed as a free agent out of Southwest Baptist University, and he also recently played with the New York Boulders of the Frontier League. On the hill today for the Idaho Falls Chuckars is a right-hander, number 27, Eric Brodkowitz, getting his second action of the season for these Chuckars, and he will be tasked with facing this lineup for the Paddleheads. We touched on it with Michael Schlack in the pregame, has been just rolling, especially in these last 2 games. It's going to be tough. The Paddleheads come in leading the league in home runs and doubles on the season. Now hit 10 home runs as a team and 19 doubles. As Tristan Carranza gets into the box, just about ready to go here in Idaho Falls. Carranza has been smoking hot the last 2 games. Touched that on that in the pregame as well. As Carranza takes a first pitch strike as we get started at 4:03 local time here in Idaho Falls, and you could not ask for a more beautiful day for baseball. Perfect afternoon, not a cloud in the sky, not much wind. Temperature right at around 70 degrees at first pitch. 0-1 offering on the way is outside for ball 1. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Navigato to follow, then Jared Akins in this half inning for the Missoula Paddleheads. Back in the road black Zootown unis today. Orange numbering and orange trim. The Chuckars are in powder blue alternate uniforms today. Haven't seen these ones yet. With white numbering. Pitch on the way to Carranza is up and in. 2 balls and a strike to Tristan Carranza. I mentioned he's been smoking hot in his last couple of games. He's reached base 9 times in the last 2 games. He's 7 for 10 with a home run, a triple, and 4 doubles. 2 on pitch. Breaking ball just out, a late called strike to Carranza. Count is even at 2. I beg your pardon. That was a very late strike call. Count now even at 2. Number of other games going on in the Pioneer League as Carranza takes strike 3 called on the outside corner. That is how this game gets started in the top half of the first inning as Carranza goes down looking. That brings Navigato into the box. Reached base a couple times in the game last night. Brodkowitz, an Ivy League guy out of Yale University. He was the first team All-Ivy League in 2018. As there is a pitch that misses down and away to Navigato. First 2 pitches in this at-bat out of the zone. 2-0 the count, just underway in the top of the first inning. No score here in Idaho Falls. 1 out of the inning. Gar, the second baseman, playing extremely deep. He's on the outfield grass, as a matter of fact, at second base. So a little bit of a shift there. Must have picked something up with Navigato and his approach. You do see him attack the right side of the field quite a bit as the 2-1 misses outside. Count now 3 balls and a strike to Luke Navigato. Aikens to follow here in the top of the first inning. Navigato waiting, pitch on the way. Fastball misses the zone on the outside. That's ball 4. Again, notice that was a late called strike in the last at-bat, and that pitch was relatively close on the outside, so that was the reason with a little bit of a hesitation there. Sometimes you got to get the rhythm of the umpire with strike calls, and mentioned this once before, sometimes umpires get into the habit of saying strike at the plate before they actually motion for a strike. Here's Aikens. First pitch to him is in tight for ball 1. Aikens has been solid. Offensively, he's been a regular member of the offense for the most part. 7 for his first 18, 2 homers, 5 driven in. 1-0 on the way is an off-speed pitch that misses upstairs for ball. Or it got me again. Strike 1. Late called strike, a ball and a strike. Zach Allman to follow, no score, top 1. Navigato with his lead off of first base as Aikens takes one in the dirt. Blocked by Hiskey, the catcher. Got some more matinee baseball going on this Sunday afternoon. Billings Mustangs leading the Rocky Mountain Vibes, 12-8. 2-1 the count to Aikens. Pitch on its way. Fastball is up and in. I'll get it one of these times. Another late called strike. It's just going to be one of those things. I'm just going to have to wait for a couple of seconds and not to anticipate. Count now even at 2. Aikens waiting. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball through the hole on the right side of the infield. Base hit right. Navigato on his horse, headed for third. And he is going to make it, sliding in. Feet first, and there are runners on at the corners with 1 gone in the first inning. And the Chuckars have to be thinking, oh no, here we go again, as the Paddleheads have got it set up with runners at the corners and 1 out. No score now, but with Allman coming into the box, he's thinking about changing all that right here. Mentioned it in the pregame. It was a quick start offensively last night as well for Missoula. 4 runs came in the first inning for the Paddleheads as strike one is called on the outside part of the plate on a breaking ball at Denise. No balls and 1 strike. The Chuckars had an answer, though, in the first inning yesterday. They put 5 runs on the board and seemed like they did so in a blink of an eye. 0-1. Fastball fouled off. Strike 2, 0-2. Ullman, 6 for his first 23, has 4 RBIs. Has a chance to add on to that total here with a couple of runners on base and 1 gone. Pitch to Ullman to swing and a miss at a pitch off the plate away. Breaking ball, good pitch from Brodkowitz, and that is out number 2. That will leave it up to Nick Gatewood. Fantastic night for Gatewood last night. He started behind the plate and was taken out for a defensive sub when Navarez came in the last couple innings. But did plenty of damage. 4 hits, 4 driven in, and 3 doubles. Has a chance to do more here in the top of the first inning in game 2. First pitch fastball. Strike on the outer half. 0-1 the count. Navigato, the runner at first. Navigato at third. Akins at first. 2 gone, no score, top 1 in Idaho Falls. 0-1 to Gatewood is bounced foul, first base side. Was gloved by Don, the first baseman, but it was to the right of the foul line. Gatewood behind in the count now, 0-2. As Brodkowitz now is thinking about getting out of this first inning unscathed. Domingo Pena will take the ball for the Paddleheads in the bottom half of this inning. If the top of the first continues, Aaron Bond would be next, waiting in the on-deck circle. 0-2. Runner takes off from first. It's a swing and a foul tip at home plate. Akins will go back to first. 0-2 is the count. And it's one of those situations that you really don't have a ton to lose. Sending a runner in an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Worst thing that could happen is a ball was thrown and Akins gets thrown out at second base. 0-2 on the way as Akins takes off again, and there's a swing and a miss at a breaking ball off the plate away. Gatewood goes down on strikes, and that is out number 3 to end the inning. Paddleheads strand a pair of runners on at first and third. No runs come in. Bottom 1 coming up on ESPN Missoula, 102.9 FM.
Message and data rates may apply. T&C and privacy terms can be found at babbel.com/terms. Please don't text and drive.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but you thought it'd be too hard or take too much time? Then try Babbel for free by texting LISTEN to 64,000. In just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. And right now, you can try Babbel for free. Babbel starts out teaching you words and phrases by matching them with pictures. You won't believe how easy the interactive program is. Soon the sentences get a little bigger, and before you know it, you're having simulated conversations voiced by native speakers. And because Babbel is crafted by language experts and uses the spaced repetition method, in just 10 to 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking the language of your choice with real confidence. With Babbel, you can speak a language. Just text LISTEN to 64,000 and start your first lesson in the language of your choice for free. Download the Babbel app or text LISTEN to 64,000 and try it for free. Text LISTEN to 64,000.
The sun is setting later and the weather is getting warmer. What sounds better than sharing a bottle of wine or beer with friends in the backyard? Why not both? Gordon's Market has an amazing selection of wine, beer, cheese, cured meats, and more to power your good times finally reconnecting after what has been a long pause for all of us. While you're there, choose from a selection of gourmet entree and salad choices to make an evening of it. Located at the corner of Higgins and Spruce, Gordon's Market, Missoula's oldest grocery store.
Away from your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com. Now back to the ballpark.
Back to the action here in Idaho Falls. getting ready for the bottom half of the first inning. Chuckars and Paddleheads, no score after 1/2 inning. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment in just a moment. But right now, let's take a look at the batting order for the Idaho Falls Chuckars. Leading things off will be Chuck Steele. Webb Little batting next. Matt Feinstein third. Andrew Don fourth. Daniel Martinez Molinari fifth. Hunter Hiskey sixth. Thomas DeBonville seventh. Jordan Garr eighth. And Alexis Manji ninth, all facing the right-hander out of the Dominican Republic, Domingo Pena. Getting his second start of the season, was fantastic in his last outing. 10 strikeouts in 4 innings, just 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. Didn't get a decision that night as the 1-0 pitch comes inside and it hits Chuck Steele. So Steele will reach base, a leadoff base runner for the Chuckars. Webb Little now stepping into the box. As Little, Feinstein, and Don were the 3 hitters that gave the Paddleheads the most trouble last night. All 3 of them had multi-hit games going, highlighted by Don, who had 4 hits and a 3-run bomb. Pena now will have to face those 3 guys with a leadoff runner aboard in the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. Pitch is a check swing strike at the knees on the inside part of the plate. 0-1. Matt Feinstein to follow for the Chuckars. And I have to say, I do like the powder blue look. It's definitely a little bit different from what the Chuckars usually wear. Usually are some combination of almost cardinal red, black, and white. These unis are powder blue, obviously much different. As the 0-1 pitch misses, a ball and a strike. Paddleheads, of course, have an interesting alternative as well. They wore it earlier this week against these same Chuckars, that kind of tie-dye look. 1-1, Pena set at the belt. Here it comes. Pitch is grounded towards Navigato. This should be 2. Flips to Fisher for 1, on to first, and indeed it is 2. 4-6-3, very smooth double play as Fisher and Navigato continue their great defense this season. They have been awesome up the middle. Speaking of defense, let's take a look at how they're lined up defensively here in the bottom half of the first inning as Matt Feinstein jumps into the box. Looking at the outfield, Akins in left, Carranza in center field with Bond in right. That's your outfield. First pitch to Feinstein misses inside for ball 1. On the infield, it's Sam Troyer getting a start today at third base with Clay Fisher at short. That's the left side of the infield with Navigato at second base and Almond at first, and Navarez behind the plate doing the catching for the right-hander Domingo Pena. 1-0 pitch was also out of the zone. Count now 2-0 on Matt Feinstein. Feinstein open stance from the right side, waits, and there is a pitch that misses just inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. First batter in this inning reached on a hit batsman. Now Pena in trouble of putting another runner on for free with this 3-0 count. Feinstein off to a fantastic start at the plate. Second on the team in batting average at .520. He's also one of the top hitters in the Pioneer League here in the opening parts of this season. 13 hits and 25 at bats. Also 7 walks and 13 runs scored. 3-0 offering is in tight for ball 4. Pena, it seemed like he didn't want anything to do with Feinstein in that at-bat. And that is a 2-out walk. Keeps the inning going for Andrew Don. Mentioned Don's fantastic game last night. He had 4 hits, one of which was a huge swing of the bat at the time for the Chuckars. It was a 3-run shot that came in the 6th inning. Tied the game after the Chuckars had fallen behind as Don takes a fastball right at the belt for strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Don evidently wasn't looking for a fastball there. It was right down Broadway and he let it go by. No score, bottom 1, 2 gone. Pena delivers the pitch, and it is another strike on the outside part of the plate at the knees. Great pitch there, great location, definitely a pitcher's strike. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go right back out there again. Navarez actually setting up inside for this one, though. 0-2 pitch, fastball, just low for ball 1. Missed the spot just a hair, did Pena. Navarez was looking for it a little bit inside, actually came a little bit more to the outside part of the plate, but it still was down, so not a bad miss from Pena. Count is still 1-2. Here it comes. Ball misses in the dirt, blocked by Navarez. Both pitchers now have allowed base runners in the first inning. Paddleheads stranded 2 in the top half of the first. The big play so far for Pena in this first inning, a double play ball. 2-2 count. The righty is set at the belt. Here it comes. Swing and a soft line drive right field. Looks like it. It's going to hang up there, and indeed it will for Bond, the right fielder, and that will end the first inning. 1 runner left on, no hits, a hit batsman and a walk. Headed to the top half of the second inning. No score here from Melaleuca Field in Idaho Falls. When we come back, Paddleheads at the plate on ESPN Missoula, 102.9 FM.
We're in this together, and we will get through this together. The vaccines are tested effective and needed.
Welcome to the clinic. Which arm?
Get your COVID-19 vaccine so we can do this. And this. And this.
We are now boarding flight.
Together again, because we got through it together. This message sponsored by the Helmsley Charitable Trust, aired with the Montana Broadcasters Association and the station.
Baseball is back, and the Missoula Paddleheads season is in full swing. The Garden City has long loved its minor league baseball team, and now Missoula's squad is back with a new mascot, new logo, and a new independent league format. So get out and catch a baseball game. Grab a ticket for you or surprise a group of friends at GoPaddleheads.com. And if you can't make the game, tune in to 102.9 ESPN Radio for all the live play-by-play action this summer.
Who is Automated Living? Nick Anderson, born and raised in Missoula and a UM grad. He's a master of audio, video, and smart integration. Joe Hazel is a Montana native and an expert in security systems and surveillance cameras. And I am Don Verity, building relationships and technology solutions in Western Montana for over 25 years. We have a showroom on North Reserve where you can meet the team and demo the latest audio, video, security, and smart equipment for your home or business. Automated Living, life made easy.
This is live play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula, your home of the Missoula Paddleheads. Missoula Paddleheads.
Back to the action here in the top of the second inning. No score after 1 complete. Much different start already to what we saw last night. At this point in the game on Saturday night, there are already 9 runs on the board. Both teams not scoring anything today. Aaron Bond will be the hitter to begin this half inning. Bond, Navarez, and Fisher, 6, 7, 8 spots due up in this half frame. Bond hit his second home run of the year last night, and he swings at the first pitch, hits one pretty well. Left center field, this one is going to split the gap and one hop off the wall. Bond on his horse is going to stride into second base easily with a stand-up double. Aaron Bond having a pretty good series. Another extra base hit. Just like that, Missoula back in business here in the top half of the second inning. Threatened did the Paddleheads in the first inning with a couple runners on at first and third and 1 out. Were unable to get anybody home in this scoreless game in the top of the second inning. Here's Dean Navarez. As Bond stands at second with very good speed. Navarez waggling the bat on the right side. He swings at the first pitch and hits a little Texas leaguer center field, and this one's going to get down for a base hit. Stopping at third is Bond. He had to wait and see if that ball was going to fall in or not. That keeps him from scoring. And on 2 pitches, the Paddleheads have 2 runners on with nobody out in the top of the second inning. Both Navarez and Bond going up there hacking at the first pitch, and they reach base with a single and a double, respectively. That brings Clay Fisher into the box. Fisher has been swinging the bat well over his last 2 games. First pitch on the way is a fastball for a strike on the inside, 0-1. Fisher 5 hits in his last 11 at-bats in his last 2 games. Finished with 2 hits last night. 0-1 on the way to Fisher, and it is a fastball on the outer half that was outside. Fisher overall 347 on the year, 8 for 23. Does have a home run, a couple of RBIs, has a chance to pick up an RBI here with runners on at first and third and nobody out in the top of the second. First, this pitch is swung on, hit, shallow fly ball, left field, and this one is going to get down for a hit. Scoring easily from third is Aaron Bond, and the Paddleheads are on the board as Navarez stops at second base. It's 1-0 Missoula on the RBI base hit from Clay Fisher. RBI number 3 on the season for him. Still nobody out in this half inning as Sam Troyer steps into the box. Troyer came in as a defensive sub last night. Jay Hayes got the start at third base. Troyer did get an at-bat in the ball game and played well defensively at third base as well. Had a couple of nice plays out there as Troyer tries to lay down a bunt but pops it up on the first base side, and Don, the first baseman, comes up with it. So Troyer trying to play a little small ball with runners on at first and second, move them up to second and third to set it up for the top of the order, and is unable to do so. Chuckars pick up a break to get a first out of the inning. Still a couple runners on, and now the top of the order coming up with Carranza digging into the box. He struck out looking in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1. Corner infielders playing in a little bit for the Chuckars. Middle infielders in double play depth. First pitch to Carranza, a strike on the outer half. 0-1 the count. Another pretty nice crowd on hand here in Idaho Falls. Saw a great crowd last night. This place was almost packed. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside for ball 1. Of course, the big reason why was there was a fireworks display after the game last night. And I didn't really get the memo to that. So right after the game, they shut down all the lights. Everything got dark really fast. And I was like, what the heck is going on? 1-1 pitch is a swing and a pop-up on the infield. Who's it going to be? There's about 3 guys around it. Gar, the second baseman, finally calls everybody off, and he makes the catch just to the right of the pitcher's mound. That's out number 2 as Carranza is retired for the second time in the game, now 0 for 2. Sets it up for Luke Navigato. 1 run already in for the Missoula Paddleheads here in the top of the second inning. It is 1-0. Run coming in on the RBI single by Fisher, who stands at first base. Navarez, the runner at second. Navigato waiting. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive right field. Base hit. This one gets down. They're going to wave in Navarez. The throw is going to go to second base. Navarez scores easily. And there's a clutch RBI single from Navigato to put another run on the board. And it's 2-0. Great at-bat there from the young up-and-coming second baseman Navigato. RBI number 4 on the season for him. As the inning continues now with runners on at first and third. Fisher advanced to third on the play. Akins now in the box. Jared Akins singled in his first at-bat, and he takes an off-speed pitch for strike 1 on the inside. Now 2 runs in for the Paddleheads, and the lead is 2-0 in the top of the second inning. Domingo Pena now with a little bit of breathing room on the mound. Zach Allman would be next if Aikens can reach base. 0-1 pitch misses outside. Fastball, maybe a little bit of an overthrow there. Count even now at 1. We'll be back here at 4 o'clock again tomorrow for the series finale on your Memorial Day. Hope everyone is enjoying this holiday weekend. Beautiful weather. Pitch on the way is just inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Mentioned it earlier, but man, you could not have a more perfect day for baseball. Here in Idaho Falls, not too warm, not much of a breeze, blue skies, good air quality. Just perfect all the way around. 2-1 pitch is a changeup, good one. Off the plate away, Aikens way out in front of it. Falls behind in the count now, 2-2. Fisher at third, Navigato at first. 2 gone, 2-0 is the lead for the Paddleheads in the top half of the second inning. Aikens looking for another clutch 2-out at bat like the one Navigato just had to knock in another run. 2-2. Fastball way up high. Hinsky has to come out of his stance to go get that one. Hiskey rather, not Hinsky. Full count now. Most likely we'll see Navigato take off at first base in this spot with 2 gone in the inning. Not even being held on now by Don, the first baseman. As Brodkowitz is ready, here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt. Hiskey's going to have to throw to first to complete the strikeout, and he does for out number 3, but not before. The Paddleheads put 2 runs on the board in the top half of the second, and they now lead 2-0, headed to the home half of this inning on ESPN Missoula, 102.9 FM.
While some bike shops are out of inventory, Big Sky Bikes customers are saying they have the best inventory in town, with new bikes and service parts arriving daily. Big Sky Bikes has been busy ordering, back ordering, and reordering to keep new bikes and apparel arriving daily. Specialized, Pearl Izumi and Fox apparel all 20% off now through Saturday, June 5th. Buy any in-stock tire for $30 and up and get your second tire 50% off. Select Specialized tires 20% off while supplies last. Big Sky Bikes has the best inventory in town. 809 East Front Street or visit BigSkyBike.com.
Automated Living is a Missoula-based smart technology company. If you are looking for a new home theater, some quality hi-fi music on your deck or den, a screen and projector in your boardroom, one button to turn off all the lights, cameras to monitor your parking lot, or a security system to keep you and your family safe, Automated Living has a solution for you. We make our clients' lives easier and more enjoyable while giving peace of mind with streamlined control of all elements in the home or office. Contact us today for a free consultation.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Montana Army National Guard. Aired by the Montana Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Paddleheads with the lead now as we enter the bottom half of the second inning. Score is 2-0. See if the Chuckars kind of play on the role they had last night as team exchanging blows. They were able to do that last night. Kind of seemed like they had an answer to every rally that the Paddleheads were able to put together. In the end, they came up 1 run short as Pena delivers the first pitch of this inning, and it is a foul down the left field line. Strike 1, 0-1 with Daniel Martinez Molinari, the designated hitter in the box. Number 5 hitter in the order, Hiskey up after this, and then Thomas DeBonville. 5, 6, 7 spots. 0-1 from Pena, swinging a bouncing ball towards Troyer at third base. He has it, cleanly throws across the diamond for out number 1. And I think Michael Schlack has found a solid third baseman in Troyer. He just looks smooth over there at third, and Already talked about Fisher and Navigato, how they've been fantastic up the middle. You're starting to build a strong infield for these Paddleheads. One out in the inning, first pitch on the way, Steve Reich on the inside to Hunter Hiskey. Making his Chucker debut today. 0-1 pitch on the way. Ball misses down low for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Mentioned Hiskey was just signed to a contract out of the Frontier League. 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul straight back. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hiskey, not a real big guy, 5'11", 195. As there's a swing and a ball hit the other way, foul down the left field line. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thomas DeBonville to follow. Interesting to see him lower in the lineup, as he has been the leadoff guy for the vast majority of this stretch for the Chuckars. As there's a line drive, diving catch made by Troyer at third. What a nice play by Troyer. A sharp hit line drive, lays out near the third base bag and makes a fantastic catch. Touchdown. Now Troyer has been looking so smooth defensively, and more proof of it there. What a fantastic defensive play. 2 gone in the inning. That brings Thomas DeBonville into the batter's box with 2 outs. Nobody aboard, bottom 2. First pitch to DeBonville. Ball missing out, or no. A strike on the outside, 0-1. It's been a little while since the umpires tricked me. I've been doing a little better. 0-1 pitch. That one misses for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball didn't miss by much on the outer half. 2-0 is the lead for the Paddleheads. 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside, 2-1 the count. Maybe a reason why he's been moved down a little bit in the order. DeBonville has been struggling a little bit at the plate as of late. Average down to 222, only 6 for 27 this season. 2-1 pitches fastball. It misses inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. For the most part, Pena has been pretty effective today. The one thing that has been a little bit of an issue has been control. 3-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a ball fouled. Straight back, full count. Saw Pena hit a batter and walk a batter in the first inning. Fell behind there, 3-1, but now has the count 3-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on base. Jordan Garr would be next, number 8 hitter in the order. If DeBonville reaches and the fastball from Pena misses inside, so DeBonville will keep this half inning alive for the Chuckars for Jordan Garr. Lexus Manji, who has been so great this week for the Chuckars, would be next. Sure, Pena and the Paddleheads do not want to see him hit in this inning. Would mean likely that there'd be a couple of guys on base, chance to do some damage. Pena looking to resettle here. Deep breath. The righty comes set and delivers. Swing and a foul at home plate on that first pitch in the at-bat, 0-1. Lead is 2 for Missoula. Scored both those runs in the last half inning. Navigato with an RBI single along with Clay Fisher knocking in a run. 0-1 the count. Pena kicks and fires, and there is a pitch that is a called strike on the outside part of the plate at the knees. Great location from Pena. And we've seen him trying to do that for the majority of this afternoon with that fastball, moving it to both sides of the plate and trying to keep it down at the knees. Way ahead in the count, 0-2. He can do just about anything here that he wants. Pena delivers. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, and that is out number 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Jordan Garr. That is the end of the second. 2-0 is the lead for the Missoula Paddleheads, headed to the top half of the third inning on ESPN Missoula, 102.9 FM.
Fake spring or real spring? Well, when Mother Nature drops a gorgeous day on us, there's no debate. But the best place to be is on one of the spacious and comfortable decks at the Iron Horse Brew Pub. Treat yourself to any of Chef Taw's mouth-watering weekly signature specials, or select from the extensive lunch and dinner menu. The bar continues pouring your favorite brews, wines, and cocktails. So for fake or real spring, make it the Iron Horse Brew Pub. Comfort food on comfortable decks for almost 30 years in downtown Missoula.
When the tents go up, the prices come down. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale this weekend at Sleep City. We stocked up during the pandemic, and now we need to clear out the warehouse. Shop under the tent and save hundreds, even thousands on mattresses and adjustable bases. Twin mattresses start at $99. Fulls, queens, and kings are all on sale. Overstock and clearance mattresses from the best brands are up to 80% off. No reasonable offer refused. New 2021 mattresses, pillows, and linens are on sale too. And you can take up to 60 months interest-free financing. Items are in stock and ready for pickup or delivery while supplies last. Prizes and giveaways offered every day of the sale. Like us on Facebook and register to win a gift certificate and tickets and sideline passes to the Grizz Cat football game. Shop early and pay less under the tent Saturday through Memorial Day at Sleep City, just north of Rosars on Reserve.
Back to live local play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula.
Glad to have you on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Memorial Day weekend. Bringing in the summer with some baseball in Idaho Falls, Pioneer League style. Paddleheads with the lead 2-0. Jeff Safford here with you. Zach Allman leading things off for the Paddleheads. Been a good couple of innings offensively already. Have tallied 5 hits thus far and 2 runs. They lead 2-0 as Allman takes in tight for ball 1. Start this at-bat off. Allman, Gatewood, and Bond. 3 batters due up in this half frame. Allman 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Pena, a couple of scoreless frames. So far, so good for the right-hander. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball towards short. Manji has it and throws across for the out. 6-3 the put out there. Pretty routine ground ball out, as that will bring Gatewood into the box. Allman now 0 for 2 in the ball game. Gatewood also struck out in his first at-bat. First pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball down the left field line, hooking towards the foul line, and making the catch on the run is Steele in foul territory. Nicely done by Chuck Steele, hustling all the way over into foul territory behind the bullpen to make that play. Showing good range out in left field, and just like that, there are already 2 outs recorded in this half inning. There's only been 3 pitches thrown in this frame. There's already been 2 outs recorded. Top 3, the lead is 2 for the Paddleheads, 2-0 with Bond in the box. First pitch to him, look out. Fastball comes way inside, but he gets out of the way. And I don't know how he did, as Bond looked like was starting to square to bunt there as well, maybe trying to get on with a bunt hit. That fastball came way inside, and he spins out of the way. 1-0 pitch is in tight once again. This time a breaking ball misses down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Navarez would hit next if this inning continues. 2-0 is the count on Aaron Bond, who singled and scored a run in his last at-bat. 2-0 pitch fouled straight back by Bond. 2-1 is the count. And the hit from Bond was a double into left center field. Took on one of the deeper parts of the ballpark in left center field, did Bond. 2-1 pitch is left away from, and that is ball number 3 inside maybe even skipped in that time to the catcher, Hiskey. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Good hitters count for Bond. Here's the pitch. And he takes outside, or no, a strike on the outside. As Bond flipped his bat towards the dugout, now we'll have to go retrieve it. He thought that was ball 4, as did I. But was called a strike. Now the count full at 3-2. Bond resting the bat on his shoulder. Waiting on the payoff pitch. Here it is. Swinging a bouncing ball, foul. First base side. We will reset and do it once again. As I mentioned, the first 2 outs in this inning were recorded very quickly. Just 3 pitches thrown. Nobody on base. 2-0 is the lead, though, for the Paddleheads in this, the top half of the 3rd inning. Waiting is Bond. Here's another payoff pitch, swing, and a foul. Lookout into the Chucker dugout just about. Hits the protective netting just over the top of the dugout. Looks like we will see another 3-2 pitch. Righty Brodkowitz is ready, and 3-2 comes way inside, and that's ball 4. Thought for a moment that it actually hit Bond, but it did not. Either way, in a 3-2 count, Bond will trot on down to first as he is on base for the second time in the ball game on the free pass, and here is Daniel Navarez. So the Paddleheads do not go down completely quietly here in the top half of the 3rd inning. They do have a runner on base now for Navarez, who singled and later scored a run, part of the 2-run rally in the top half of the 2nd, as Navarez swinging at the first pitch fouls it back. May remember also that it was on back-to-back pitches from Bond and Navarez starting that inning off. Bond doubling into left center field, and then Navarez singling into center. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball taken for strike 2 on the outside. Good pitch there. Perfect spot from Brodkowitz, and it's 0-2. Clay Fisher would be next for Missoula. If Navarez can battle back, he is behind though now, 0-2. Pitch on the way. Check swing at a ball that was off the plate away, and Hiskey will throw to first to complete the strikeout. A little bit of a confusing play there at first because Navarez didn't leave the box. The ball skipped away to the backstop. So I was assuming when Navarez stayed put that they were saying that he didn't swing. He didn't try to beat it out to first base, but when they were finally able to corral the ball, they threw to first, and the umpire indicated that he was out. So I'm not sure if Navarez didn't get the memo. Kind of just a weird sequence there. Either way, Navarez goes down on strikes, and that is the end of the top half of the 3rd. Bottom 3 coming up. 2-0 is the lead for Missoula on ESPN Missoula, 102.9 FM.
Did you know that Missoula Bone and Joints Outpatient Surgery Center offers total joint replacement surgery, spine surgery, and arthroscopic surgical repair? Our goal is to have patients comfortable after surgery and discharged later the same day to continue recovering in the comfort and safety of their own home. However, it's nice to know that overnight patient care in a private suite is available if needed. Missoula Bone and Joint, quality care from people who care.
If you're planning to hit the road this summer, now is the time to take your car and truck to Crawford's Automotive. Crawford's Auto on West Broadway does any work you need on any vehicle you have. To make sure you're running soundly, take it to Crawford's Automotive. Get your brakes checked or replaced at Crawford's, and the job will be done right every time with Chase Crawford personally doing the work on your vehicle. Take your cars and trucks to someone you can trust for all your automotive needs. It's Crawford's Auto on West Broadway.
While some bike shops are out of inventory, Big Sky Bikes customers are saying they have the best inventory in town, with new bikes and service parts arriving daily. Big Sky Bikes has been busy ordering, back ordering, and reordering to keep new bikes and apparel arriving daily. Specialized, Pearl Izumi and Fox apparel all 20% off now through Saturday, June 5th. Buy any in-stock tire for $30 and up and get your second tire 50% off. Select Specialized tires 20% off while supplies last. Big Sky Bikes has the best inventory in town. 809 East Front Street or visit BigSkyBike.com.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Home half of the third, Alexis Manji into the box. End of the last half inning was very bizarre, as you kind of mentioned before going into the break. With Pena now delivering the first pitch in this at-bat for a strike on the outside, 0-1. Say it was bizarre because set the scenario again with Navarez at the plate. He checked his swing on a pitch on the outside part of the plate, and the ball got past the catcher and went to the backstop. And the call was apparently that Navarez swung and that it was strike 3. But Navarez, with the ball going to the backstop, did not attempt to go to first base. So, of course, when the ball gets by a catcher on a strike 3 call, the batter in the box can go to first in that instance, as the 2-1 from Pena comes, and it is up high to Manji for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to count. But that's just what was kind of the interesting and strange part about it. It was almost like Navarez was assuming that the call was that he didn't swing. 3-1 pitch misses high to Manji, and that is a leadoff walk to start things off here in the bottom of the third for the Idaho Falls Chucker. Mentioned Manji's success. He's been swinging the bat extremely well in the early going. Came into that at bat with a .461 average, 12 for 26. And he leads off the inning with a free pass, setting it up now for the top of the order. It will be Chuck Steele. Steele with a little bit of an old school hip-hop walkout song. You gotta like that if you're a 90s guy. Throwing in some Ice Cube. So the first pitch is late called strike on the inside, 0-1. Definitely a pitcher's strike there. That one looked to be a little bit above the belt to Steele, but it was called a strike. Steele reached on a hit batsman in his first at-bat back in the first inning. And Steele swings and fouls one back on the 0-1 pitch. Count 0-2. Lead is 2 for Missoula here in the bottom half of the third. 2-0 your score. Chuckers still looking for their first hit of the game. All their base runners have come on either walks or hit batsmen. 0-2. Steele waits on Pena, who delivers. Pitch misses in the dirt. Breaking ball, not a bad miss there, as Navarez gets out in front of it. Count now at 1-2 strikes. And that's the one thing we've seen from Pena. Although he's been a little bit in and out of the zone, he's been able to keep the ball down for the most part. Which, if you're a pitcher, that's what you want to do. If you're gonna miss, you want to miss low. You don't want to hang something at the belt, especially with this Chucker offense, who has been hunting for mistakes all through this series. There's a check swing, a little slow roller towards Navigato at second. His only play will be to first as he flips it to Almond, and that's out number 2. Or out number 1, as Manji moves to second base. It's actually a check swing that time by Steele. Ball slowly made it out there to Navigato, and he smartly made the safe play. Didn't even try to think about the runner at second base. Got the sure thing at first. As Webb Little now stands into the box. 0 for 1 in the ball game is Little. RBI chance here for the Chuckers with 1 out and a runner on at second base in this 2-0 game. Paddleheads out in front. Pitch from Pena, swinging a foul straight back on a fastball on the inside. Feinstein waiting next for Idaho Falls. Both runs for the Paddleheads came in the second inning. Pena slowing things down a little bit now on the mound. Gets set, the 0-1. Coming as he checks the runner at second base, and the pitch is just below the knees for ball 1. Ball in 1 strike the count. Series finale between these two will be tomorrow afternoon. Another 4 o'clock start for a trip to Boise. 3 games there will wind down this 6-game road trip. Pena ready, the 1-1 on the way. And it is a changeup that misses down below the knees for ball 2. Blocked once again by Narvaez. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Mentioned in the open how this is kind of a return for Pena of sorts. He pitched here with the Chuckars. At the time, they were a part of the Royals organization. Back in 2018, he pitched in 12 games with the Chuckars that season. Pena set at the belt, the 2-1 on the way. Check swing, a pitch on the outside is a called strike. Good location there from Pena. Count now even at 2, and with the runner at second base, less than 2 outs, definitely a strikeout situation for the right-hander. To this point, Pena with just the 1 strikeout, to his credit. Feinstein waits next. This is a big hitter in this inning. Feinstein has been one of the more productive batters in the order. 2-2 on the way. It's a swing and a ground ball. First base side and into right field. That's a base hit. Monge is going to put the brakes on at third as Bond fires one to Narvaez, and probably a good thing that Monge put the brakes on because he would have been out by a mile. Bond showing off the arm in right field as well there. That was a 1-hop seed from right field to the glove of Narvaez. First hit of the day for the Chuckars comes here in the 3rd inning. Runners on now at the corners for Sam Feinstein. Mentioned Feinstein, one of the more productive hitters in this order. Second on the team in batting average, leads the team in runs scored with 13 as he swings and fouls one back on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Chuckars trying to battle back in this ball game as they did yesterday offensively. Trail in the early going here in the bottom of the 3rd, 2-0. 1 out in the inning, runners on at the corners. Pena would love to get another double play ball to get out of this thing. 0-1 on the way. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Narvaez. Count even at a ball and 1 strike. Both bullpens quiet, as you would expect, as both pitchers have been pretty effective today, as we saw a whole host of pitchers last night on both sides. Both teams trying to figure something out, both offenses just rolling right along. 1-1 pitch is off-speed pitch that catches the zone on the outside. Good pitch there from Pena. Now ahead in the count, 1-2. It's a Matt Feinstein who walked in his last at-bat. Runners on at the corners. Lead runner is Monge at third. Pena looking for the sign from Narvaez. He's got it now, set at the first base side of the rubber. From the belt, Pena delivers the 1-2 pitch, swinging and a foul off to the right. Notice Pena's pace has slowed considerably with runners on base versus when he's pitched from the windup. We'll see another 1-2 pitch to Feinstein here as the Paddleheads try to protect this 2-0 lead in the bottom of the third inning. 1-2 pitch coming. Way inside to Feinstein, who shuffles the feet out of the way. Count now even at 2. Paddleheads looking for a series win if they can get the victory, and would set themselves up for a sweep if they can get a win today. 2-2 on its way. Take in, pitch on the outside, and it just missed. Looked like a pretty good one on the outside at the knees, but must have just been far enough off the plate for it to be called a ball. Makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch here for Pena and the Paddleheads. See if the runners take off here. They do not, and the 3-2 is taken for strike 3 called on the outside corner. Great pitch there. Feinstein doesn't like it one bit as he argues going back into the dugout, but that is a huge second out of this inning. Great pitch from Pena. Has been trying to paint both corners all afternoon and did so there very effectively to get the second out. That brings Andrew Don into the box. Be all left up to him in this half inning with runners at the corners and now 2 gone. Pena delivers, swing and a miss, off-speed pitch off the plate away. Gets Don way out in front. It's 0-1. We've seen Pena do a good job of that as well, mixing his speeds and locations. But again, the theme has been down, down, down. Everything at the knees or below. 0-1, Pena delivers. Pitch misses in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. And attacking this Chucker offense, that's probably a good way to go about it. We've seen them hunt so much early in the count. If you can keep the ball down, even if it's out of the zone at times, you at least stay out of huge innings. 1-1 pitch on the way. Check swing and a pitch in the dirt. Did he go around? They'll appeal to first, no swing. 2-1 the count, 2 gone. 2-0 is the lead for Missoula. Martinez Molinari would be next if this inning continues on. The righty Pena trying to get out of a little jam here with runners at the corners. 2-1 offering. Pitch misses way inside with a fastball. Brushes Martinez Molinari out of the box on the right side. Count now 3-1. Manji, the runner at third base with Little at first. Webb Little. Big pitch here for Pena. 3-1. Here it is. Inside, ball 4. Fastball easy take on the inside there for Don. He will take the free pass. And Pena walks the bases loaded with 2 outs in the third inning, and that is going to bring Michael Schlack out of the dugout for a mound visit. Nothing working in the bullpen, so this will just be a visit for Schlack to talk with Navarez and Pena. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors thus far for Missoula. No runs, just 1 hit came in this inning, and no errors for the Idaho Falls Chuckars. Looking around at the scoreboard of the Pioneer League on a Saturday, we do have one final score to tell you about already in the books as the Billings Mustangs take down the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Final score there was 12-8. More afternoon baseball going on in the Electric City Great Falls as well. Ogden Raptors all over Great Falls, that game in the second inning, but Raptors already with a 13-0 lead. They just finished a 10-run second inning. My goodness. That may be the biggest number I've seen in the Pioneer League thus far this season in a single inning. As we continue on after the mound visit, bases are loaded with 2 outs. Martinez Molinari in the box. Pena trying to hold the line here in the third inning. First pitch on the way. This one finds the zone on the outside part of the plate. Took a little bit off that time, did Pena. Off-speed pitch on the outside, 0-1. That's something we've seen from Pena as well. He's not afraid to throw any pitch in any count. We've seen him throw the fastball, changeup, or the breaking ball in any count. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive. Well hit. Left field. Going back on it is Carranza, and he can't make the play. Off the top of the wall. 1 run in. Coming right behind him is Little. He scores, and that is a 2-run double off the bat, or excuse me, a 3-run double off the bat of Martinez Molinari as everybody comes around to score on the play, and just like that, that is a lead for the Idaho Falls Chuckars. Seen Pena kind of flirt with trouble a little bit through his start, has been able to pitch around it, some of the control issues he's had, but Daniel Martinez Molinari finally makes him pay for that big swing of the bat, the base hit into left. And I said Carranza was the one trying to make the play. It was actually Aikens out in left field that could not handle it. As the inning continues with a runner on at second base, it's Hiskey now in the box. Martinez Molinari got every bit of that one just about, almost lifted it out of here. As the 1-0 pitch finds the zone on the outside, count is even at 1. But once again, like we saw last night, Chuckars able to respond to a Paddleheads rally. Paddleheads scored 2 in the second. Chuckars come back with 3 in the third to take the lead. And they're not done with the runner on at second. 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled off to the left. Aikens went back to the wall, and that ball hit by Martinez Molinari and just could not quite come up with it. It was a good effort by Aikens in left. Pena now ahead in the count, looking to get out of this inning. 1-2 on its way. Swinging a bouncing ball, first base side. Almond has it on a good hop. He will flip it to Pena, covering the first base bag, and that ends the inning, but not before. Chuckars score 3 times on the 3 RBI double by Martinez Molinari, and the score is now 3-2, headed to the top half of the 4th inning in Idaho Falls. Back with more action after this on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
Firefly Craft Dispensary is Missoula's original dispensary. Discover Firefly today, and you'll find an organically grown selection providing outstanding genetics. Firefly is family-owned and operated, so you can count on friendly, knowledgeable service from local master growers. Firefly has been advocating for patients' rights for over a decade. They can answer your questions, providing safe, effective recommendations. Firefly is a premium medical dispensary located on top of the Orange Street underpass and close to everything downtown. mtfirefly.com.
If you're planning to hit the road this summer, now is the time to take your car and truck to Crawford's Automotive. Crawford's Auto on West Broadway does any work you need on any vehicle you have. To make sure you're running soundly, take it to Crawford's Automotive. Get your brakes checked or replaced at Crawford's, and the job will be done right every time with Chase Crawford personally doing the work on your vehicle. Take your cars and trucks to someone you can trust for all your automotive needs. It's Crawford's Auto on West Broadway.
Montana Youth Challenge Academy. We are 21 years of helping Montana teens become successful. We provide a structured environment where youth find a sense of purpose. We enrich their high school curriculum and provide hands-on experiences focused on topics ranging from life coping classes and physical fitness to job skills and academic excellence. We encourage students to reach their potential. To learn more about the opportunities available through our cost-free program, visit us online at mycacademy.org.
Brought to you by Montana Youth Challenge Academy and this station.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. Away from your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com. Now back to the ballpark.
Chuckars all of a sudden find themselves out in front as we begin the top of the 4th inning. 3-2 is the score after Martinez Molinari comes up big, driving in 3 runs on a 3-run double. Clay Fisher will look to lead the charge in this inning as he takes the ball outside. Count is 1-0. Fisher, Troyer, and then the top of the order. Carranza due up in this inning, 8, 9, 1 spots. Pitch on the way is a swing and a slow roller to the right of the mound. Going to be playable, though, for Brodkowitz, who throws to Don at first. And Fisher is retired. 1 for 2 now is Fisher in the ball game. That will bring Sam Troyer into the box. Mentioned it a few times, Troyer's looked great defensively in this ball game. Had that fantastic diving play a few innings ago on that line drive near the third base bag. Troyer will look to get it going here with the bat in this inning. 0 for 1 so far in the ball game. Troyer hit a pop-up to Don, the first baseman, in foul territory his last time. First pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. Just 2 hits in the game for the Chuckars. One problem with Pena is Troyer fouls one off, evens the count at 1, has been his control. He has walked 4 batters in 3 innings pitched, has also hit 1. And as I mentioned, only gave up the two hits to this point. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses the zone on the inside part of the plate. Haven't seen many curveballs from Brodkowitz today. Carranza waiting next in his 3-2 game in the 4th as Troyer swings and fouls one straight back. Count still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned the beautiful weather. No real wind in the ballpark, similar to what we saw last night. 2-2 on its way to Troyer. Taken up high for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brodkowitz has done a pretty good job of staying around the zone thus far. 36 strikes, 21 balls for the right-hander. Payoff pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer half. Troyer can't catch up to it. And that is out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. That sets it up for Tristan Carranza. Carranza, relatively quiet start for him thus far. Touched on how well he had been swinging it coming into the game today. 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far. First pitch to Carranza, swinging and a miss. Pitch on the inside, looked like he was a little bit out in front, was Carranza. Count is 0-1. Nobody aboard, 2 gone. Top of the 4th inning. Lead is 1 for the Chuckars. 3-2 is the score. 0-1 on the way to Carranza. Breaking ball taken for strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. Seen this a couple times from Gar defensively at second, playing way deep at second base. Almost behind the second base bag and on the outfield grass. 0-2 pitch. Fastball up high for ball 1. Navigato, who knocked in a run earlier in the game, would hit next if Carranza can get on base. 1-2 is the count with 2 outs in the inning. Carranza waiting. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, breaking ball misses badly as Hiskey scoots to the right to block that one. Even count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Paddleheads in the early going of this season do own a 3-game lead in the Northern Division standings. It's coming into today. The Billings Mustangs win, so now 2.5 games up as the 2-2 pitch misses outside. 3-2, mentioned the Mustangs were victorious earlier today against the Rocky Mountain Vibes. 12-8 and more afternoon baseball going on around the Pioneer League on this Memorial Day weekend. Another 3-2 on the way to Carranza. Slow roller towards Manji up the middle now, and it goes into center field for a base hit. Off the bat, it looked like that was going to be playable for Manji, the shortstop, but it was hit just far enough to the left of the second base bag to be able to get through the middle. Not hit all that hard by Carranza, kind of off the end of the bat, but it is a single, and when you're hot, you're hot. It keeps it going for Navigato. Seen Carranza steal a couple bags this season. He does have 2 stolen bases to his credit as Navigato takes the ball outside. could be the type of situation where Michael Schlack will send the runner trying to get Carranza into scoring position to set it up for Navigato to try to tie this ball game up. Carranza with a fair side lead. He does take off. Pitch is a strike on the outside. The throw is not in time as it skips away from Manji, the shortstop, as well. And I beg your pardon, that was Gar covering second base that time. But either way, it is a stolen base for Carranza. Got a great jump on it. Didn't give Hiskey much of a shot there behind the plate. And the Paddleheads get exactly what they're looking for. Stolen base for Carranza. Now he is in scoring position with 2 out. Looking to tie the ball game up here in the top of the 4th. Pitch to Navigato is outside. 2-1 the count with Akins waiting on deck. Akins would love to get a shot to hit in this inning. Saw that play just go out of his reach in left field on that long fly ball by Martinez Molinari that led to 3 runs as the 2-1 pitch is a called strike on the outside. Not that Akins misplayed the ball in left field, but there's always that competitive feeling for an athlete, I feel like, when a team is able to do something positive. You want to fight back and keep it rolling as the 2-2 pitch is just outside for ball 3. As you caught there, I was waiting till the very last moment to make sure that that indeed was called a ball, as it was very close. Breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. A couple of moans and groans came from the crowd as well. They thought it was strike 3. Payoff pitch coming to Navigato, and that's strike 3 called on the outside corner. Breaking ball gets the call that time, and that will end the inning. Carranza singles, but is stranded at second base. No runs for Missoula in the top half of the 4th inning. 3-2 is the score. Chuckars out in front here in Idaho Falls. Back with more after this on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
Baseball is back, and the Missoula Paddleheads season is in full swing. The Garden City has long loved its minor league baseball team, and now Missoula's squad is back with a new mascot, new logo, and a new independent league format. So get out and catch a baseball game. Grab a ticket for you or surprise a group of friends at GoPaddleheads.com. And if you can't make the game, tune in to 102.9 ESPN Radio for all the live play-by-play action this summer.
The sun is setting later and the weather is getting warmer. What sounds better than sharing a bottle of wine or beer with friends in the backyard? Why not both? Worden's Market has an amazing selection of wine, beer, cheese, cured meats, and more to power your good times finally reconnecting after what has been a long pause for all of us. While you're there, choose from a selection of gourmet entree and salad choices to make an evening of it. Located at the corner of Higgins and Spruce, Worden's Market, Missoula's oldest grocery store.
This is Justin Sinclair from Missoula Nissan Hyundai. I want to introduce everyone to the all-new 2022 Hyundai Tucson and Santa Fe hybrids. The concept of hybrids are often misunderstood. Hybrids are powered by a regular engine like most of us are accustomed to, but they also use an electric motor that uses energy stored in batteries. These hybrid batteries come with a lifetime warranty, and you do not need to worry about plugging these vehicles in. With gas prices on the rise, you will appreciate the almost 40 miles per gallon with the new Santa Fe and Tucson from Missoula Nissan Hyundai.
This is live play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula, your home of the Missoula Paddleheads.
Keeping things rolling here in Idaho Falls, Idaho at Melaleuca Field. Beautiful afternoon for baseball. The Chuckars have the lead as we begin things here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Will be DeBonville leading things off. Bottom 3rd in the order coming up. First pitch from Pena, called strike on the outside. As Pena looks to have a bounce-back inning, the 0-1 on the way. Off speed, misses inside for ball 1. Ball and a strike the count to DeBonville, Gar, and Manji. 3 batters coming up in this half inning. 1-1 on the way. It is taken for a ball outside. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 runs scored in the last half inning for the Chuckars. 2-1 pitch is just outside once again. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike the count. And that has been the main issue for Pena thus far this afternoon, has been the control. 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball, called strike on the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. 4 walks issued for Pena so far. Payoff pitch, swinging a bouncing ball foul, third base side. That'll be work for someone down near the bullpen. Nothing else going on down there for Missoula. No action in either bullpen. So we keep things rolling here in the bottom of the 4th inning. DeBonville has reached on a walk, did so in his last at-bat, as there's a swing and a comebacker right back to Pena, who's got it to the right of the mound. Will flip an underhand to Ullman, covering the first base bag. That is out number 1, and an important out to get for Pena. Always good to try to get that leadoff man out, especially piggybacking off that last inning where the Chuckars were able to score 3 times. The big swing in the bat, a 3 RBI double by Daniel Martinez Molinari. Jordan Garr now the hitter with nobody on base and 1 out. First pitch to him, check swing, ball taken down low. They will appeal to first base, no swing. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Manji to follow, who started that 3-run rally in the last half inning for the Chuckars. 1-0 from Pena is a fastball and misses in tight for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Hope everyone is enjoying this Memorial Day weekend. Definitely had some good weather to enjoy. 2-0 pitch is outside once again. 3-0 is the count to Jordan Garr. Another 3-ball count for Pena. Was able to pitch around that to start this inning, but now way behind 3-0. See if Garr is hacking here 3-0. He's not going to get a chance to do so as the 3-0 pitch misses way in tight. Easy take for Garr, and he will take the free pass with 1 out in the inning. That sets it up for Alexis Manji, who scored a run and walked in his last at-bat, part of that 3-run rally, as I mentioned, in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Ogden Raptors and the Voyagers, the other game going on right now in the Pioneer League. And it is all Raptors, 14-0 in the top of the 3rd. First pitch to Manji is a strike on the inside. Fastball. Good pitch there from Pena on the inside portion of the plate. Just 2 hits for the Chuckars to this point, but they do have the 1-run lead. 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Manji way out in front. Changeup. Good pitch from Pena on the outside part of the plate. Good fastball changeup combination there. Started the at-bat out. Fastball on the inside, comes back with a changeup on the opposite side of the plate. Good example of changing speeds and location to keep the hitter off balance. Pena can go now to either one of those pitches here in an 0-2 count. Pena is set. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Great pitch there from Pena. See you later. Manji is gone, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. For Pena, that's strikeout number 3 on the afternoon. Back up to the top of the order now for Idaho Falls. So that brings Steele into the box. Steele 0 for 1. He reached once in the game on a hit batsman. Still 1 runner on at first. It's Garr. First pitch from Pena in this at-bat. Gets by Navarez initially, but not far enough to allow Garr to move up to second base. Kind of goes without saying, but the pitch was out of the zone as well. Ball 1. As Steele digs himself back into the box. Right-handed bat waiting on Pena, who is set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off, and there's a swing and a high fly ball. This one will drift well out of play. almost hits the light fixture. Almost looked like it was going to. That would have been kind of wild. So it's kind of wild to see a ball hit a light fixture. You never know where it's going to go when that happens. Two outs in the inning. Chuckars do have the lead. With two gone, runner on at first. 3-2 is the score. We are in the bottom half of the fourth. Pena delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a pitch on the outside part of the plate. And that will do it for this half inning. One runner left on, headed to the top half of the fifth. No runs come in as Pena does indeed get that shutdown inning he was looking for after giving up 3 in the last half frame. Top of the fifth. Deficit is 1 for the Paddleheads. 3-2 is the score on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
The sun is setting later and the weather is getting warmer. What sounds better than sharing a bottle of wine or beer with friends in the backyard? Why not both? Warren's Market has an amazing selection of wine, beer, cheese, cured meats, and more to power your good times finally reconnecting after what has been a long pause for all of us. While you're there, choose from a selection of gourmet entree and salad choices to make an evening of it. Located at the corner of Higgins and Spruce, Warren's Market, Missoula's oldest grocery store.
Hi, I'm Montana Secretary of State Christy Jacobson, here to make sure you have what you need to vote in the next election. Montana voters have several options when it comes to voter ID. Some common examples include a Montana driver's license, a state, military, or tribal ID, just to name a few. Whether registering or voting in person, find the complete list of acceptable IDs on our website at sosmt.gov or contact your county election office. Thank you for voting, Montana.
Pepsi Cola of Missoula proudly supports youth athletics. Tune in to Nuanez Now this Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. for the youth sports segment brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Missoula. Each week, Coulter will be talking about local youth sports from grade school to high school. Soccer, basketball, fencing, tennis, swimming, you name the youth sport, and he'll cover it. Tune in Tuesday at 4:30 to learn more. Sponsored by Pepsi Cola of Missoula. Pepsi Cola of Missoula proudly supports youth athletics.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Returning to the action, we are in the fifth inning now in Idaho Falls. Lead is 1 for the Chuckars, 3-2 your score. Kind of an interesting ball game as Pena, for the most part, has been pretty effective today on the mound. Has 4 strikeouts, mentioned it a few times. One problem he's had is a little bit of control issues as Akins leads this inning off and takes a strike on the inside, 0-1. Pena does have 5 walks allowed in 4 innings pitched. 0-1 on the way is a line drive, but right to Gar, the second baseman, who reaches his arm up and is able to pull that one down for the first out of the inning. That one hit right on the screws by Akins, the left fielder, but gets nothing to show for it as he is retired for out number 1. As Akins is retired, that brings Almond into the box, middle of the order, batting in this top half of the 5th inning for the Paddleheads. Almond still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. He's 0 for 2. First pitch is a changeup, swung on and missed. 0-1. Brodkowitz still out there for the Chuckars. 6 hits, 2 runs, they're both earned. He does have 7 strikeouts on the day. 0-1 pitch is a swing and a ball hit shallow center field. DeBonville should be playable for him, and it is. Coming in as center, and that's out number 2. That's kind of a rough at-bat for Almond, as there was a little bit of a mistake made here at the ballpark. They were starting to play music right as that pitch was thrown. Not sure if that affected Almond or not. I would imagine it was, though, as he's now glaring up near the press box. Oh, boy. 2 gone in the inning, as there's a swing and a shot by Gatewood, deep right field. This one is going to carry him off the wall. Gatewood hustling towards second. He slides in feet first for a little style points, and that is a double. His fourth double in the last 2 games, and that one was a rocket to right field that hit off the base of the wall, got out there in a hurry. Well, there's a way to make sure that you don't go down quietly in an inning, as Gatewood launches one into right center field to keep it alive for Aaron Bond. Seventh hit of the afternoon for the Paddleheads, who do trail by a run, although they've out-hit the Chuckars 7-2. One of those 2 hits, though, for Idaho Falls, a very big one. It was a 3-run bases-clearing double by Martinez Molinari. Pitch on the way to Bond, swing and a miss. He was well out in front of that pitch. At the knees, Bond stepping out of the box after that one, maybe thinking about his approach a bit after coming up empty on that first pitch. 0-1 the count. Gatewood on at second base. Pitch on the way to Bond as the fastball misses up and in. Bond looking for a clutch RBI hit. Saw one of those from Navigato with 2 outs a few innings ago. It would potentially tie the game as Bond laces one foul first base side. Strike 2, 1-2. Bond thus far in the game is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run score. Bond doubled part of that 2-run rally for the Paddleheads back in the second inning. It's kind of been the theme through this whole week for Missoula offensively. It's been a lot of runs in bunches, a lot of big innings, a lot of big numbers. 2 runs here, 3 runs there, 5 runs in another. 1-2 to Bond. Swing and a tapper foul. Kind of a weird carom, as it looks like it actually might have hit Aaron Bond's foot on that swing as well, and that's why the ball took kind of a crazy hop. We'll reset and do it again. 1-2. Lead is 1 for Idaho Falls. 3-2 the score in the top half of the 5th. Gatewood standing on second base. 1-2 to Bond. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Daniel Navarez would hit next in this half inning if Aaron Bond can reach. Brodkowitz looking to get out of this one. 2-2. Swing and another foul by Bond as that one tipped off the mask of Hiskey, the catcher. Didn't get leather on it, though. Of course, if the foul tip was caught by Hiskey, that would have been strikeout in that spot. But Bond keeps fouling pitches off. Pretty good at-bat here from Aaron Bond, staying alive. Coming up next will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. 2-2. Brodkowitz sets at the chest. Here it comes. Fastball. Misses outside. Count now full at 3-2. Nice effort from Bond here in a clutch spot. Even if he doesn't come up with a hit here, definitely put up a fight and gave himself a shot to try to knock in a run to tie this ball game up in the top of the 5th. Payoff pitch, swinging a line drive, right field line. That one is a fair ball into the corner. This is going to tie the game. Bond hustling around first. He is going to stride in his second with his second double of the day, and this game is tied at 3. What a great at-bat from Aaron Bond. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat, fouled some pitches off, laces one down the line, and that is a huge swing of the bat. Missoula not done, as it looks like we're going to see a mound visit, and this might be a pitching change. As Billy Gardner Jr. coming out, there is some action going down the right field line in the bullpen. It looks like he is motioning to the bullpen as well. This will probably be it, and it is, for Brodkowitz, as he will exit stage right with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Pitching change here in Idaho Falls. Paddleheads have tied the ball game up on an RBI double off the bat of Aaron Bond. Score at 3-3. As we continue rolling on here with Paddlehead Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM. Glad to have you on a Sunday afternoon. Jeff Safford alongside with you for all the action. We'll conclude this series tomorrow on your Memorial Day holiday. It will be another afternoon start, 4 o'clock first pitch. We will be on the air with you at 3:45 your local time from Idaho Falls. Then there will be an off day on Tuesday. After that, the Paddleheads will continue with a 3-game series against the Boise Hawks. It will be their only visit to Memorial Stadium this season on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights will be those games. As I mentioned, Tuesday will be the off day. First pitch is scheduled all 3 of those nights at 7:15. We'll have all 3 of those games on the radio for you as well on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM. As we continue on in this ball game here in Idaho Falls, Dean Navarez will be the hitter as we roll things along after this pitching change. Of course, new pitcher on the mound for these Idaho Falls Chuckars will be the left-hander out of the Dominican Republic. It's like Quentin Logan as making his second appearance of this series, rather. Left-hander. Not a real big guy, 6 feet tall. Out of Louisiana Tech. Said he was from the Dominican Republic, but I was actually confusing him with one of their other left-handers, Victor Rodriguez, who is out of the Dominican Republic. It'll be Daniel Navarez to face him in this spot. Tie ball game here in the 5th inning thanks to Aaron Bond, who stands at second base. He laced a double down the right field line, scoring Gatewood from second. First pitch to Navarez, misses low, and it skips away from the catcher Hiskey as well. That will allow Aaron Bond to move up to third base, and he actually took a wide turn at third as well. Hiskey was kind of lollygagging over by the first base side on the on-deck circle, thinking he had plenty of time to go get the baseball. Bond actually ended up putting a little bit more pressure on that play. And not a bad idea, maybe trying to get Hiskey to try to throw the ball back to third and force a mistake. 1-0 pitch to Navarez, misses outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Logan, 3 1/3 innings pitched so far this season, comes in with an ERA of 10.81. 2 strikeouts. 2-0 pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Navarez. 2-1. Of course, that ERA a little bit misleading in the early going of a season when you don't have too many innings pitched. Your ERA is just going to balloon once you give up a run one way or the other. 2-1 on the way, swing and a soft line drive, right field. Gar, diving attempt, and he made the catch in shallow right field. Great play by Gar. The second baseman keeps a run off the board for Missoula, and that is the end of the 5th inning. Aaron Bond ties things up on an RBI double down the right field line. 3-3 is your score headed to the home half of the 5th on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
My best friend could tell something was wrong. I tried to hide it, but she knew I was lying. I wasn't okay. Far from it. I felt isolated, lonely, depressed. She kept telling me I wasn't alone and urged me to get help. I think she saved my life. When it comes to suicide, the only wrong thing to say is to say nothing at all.
If you or a loved one needs help, text MT to 741-741 or call 800-273-TALK. Brought to you by DPHHS and aired by the NBA.
When the tents go up, the prices come down. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale this weekend at Sleep City. We stocked up during the pandemic, and now we need to clear out the warehouse. Shop under the tent and save hundreds, even thousands on mattresses and adjustable bases. Twin mattresses start at $99. Fulls, queens, and kings are all on sale. Overstock and clearance mattresses from the best brands are up to 80% off. No reasonable offer refused. New 2021 mattresses, pillows, and linens are on sale too. And you can take up to 60 months interest-free financing. Items are in stock and ready for pickup or delivery while supplies last. Prizes and giveaways offered every day of the sale. Like us on Facebook and register to win a gift certificate and tickets and sideline passes to the Grizz-Cat football game. Shop early and pay less under the tent Saturday through Memorial Day at Sleep City, just north of Rosars on Reserve.
Back to live local play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula.
Game knotted at 3 as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Another close game between these two clubs. Different game than what we saw last night with all the offensive fireworks. But nonetheless, tight ball game once again. As far as this series has been, it seemed to be pretty evenly matched. It's been kind of anything I can do. Anything you can do, I can do better. Almost kind of slipped myself up with that one there at first, but you got the idea. Chuckars will go with 2-3-4 to start this inning off. It will be Webb Little leading off. Feinstein after this, and then Don. This half inning, good inning for the Chuckars trying to get things started against Pena, who goes back to the hill for another inning of work. First base side, the first pitch of this inning is in the dirt, ball 1. Seeing a little bit of activity down the left field line in the Paddlehead bullpen. A couple of pitchers look like are kind of get stretched out. Nobody started throwing yet. Pena delivering the 1-0 pitch. Fastball upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes the count for Pena. This very well could be his last inning of work. 2-0 on the way, well outside. 3-0 the count. That again is considering if Pena can get out of this inning. Right now, pitch count is at 83. 3-0 on the way is taken all the way for strike 1. Little is 1 for 2 in the ball game with a run scored. Scored one of 3 runs for the Chuckars in the 3rd inning. 3-1 pitch is taken low and inside for ball 4. Another walk issued by Pena. That's walk number 6 on the afternoon. That brings Feinstein into the box. That really has been the big key for this Chucker offense, is those free passes. I mentioned a few times, haven't had many hits today, only 2. First pitch to Feinstein, swing and a miss. Pitch down below the knees, 0-1. Don waits on deck for the Chuckars. Middle infield and double play depth. We've seen 1 double play turned by Missoula today. 0-1 is the count on Feinstein, who waits. Here's the pitch from Pena, swinging a ball, hit it high in the air in the park. Now going relatively deep down the right field line, and this one is a foul ball. Foul ball down the right field line, as that one actually had a good amount of carry on it down the right field line. Count is 0-2. As that one actually might have cleared the wall down the right field line, which surprised me because off the bat didn't look like it was hit all that hard. And that's what it looks like the Chuckars coaching staff is going to come out and talk with the umpires about, is they're going to argue that that was a fair ball into the corner. If that's what they're asking about, that ball from Feinstein indeed cleared the wall and right. Just was a foul ball. And now they're going to have a conference about it. Base umpire and the plate umpire. It looks like they're going to stick with the call on the field. So that one from Feinstein, it looked to be hit off the end of the bat just a bit. So off the bat, also watching Bond play it in the outfield, he didn't go racing back initially. So I kind of assumed it wasn't all that hard hit, and then Bond all of a sudden took off as that ball continued to slice down the right field line, and Feinstein on the 0-2 pitch chases a pitch out of the zone. That's strike 3 and the first out of the inning. So kind of a rough at-bat for Feinstein, who got a hold of one and almost poked one out of here down the right field line. Ended up just being a strikeout for him, and that's out number 1. That brings Don into the box. Don 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch strike on the inside, 0-1. Looks like at this point anyway that this will be Pena's inning to sink or swim, as the bullpen is dead quiet down the left field line. 0-1 on the way. Pitch misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-3 is your score. Paddleheads tie it in the top half of this inning on an RBI double by Aaron Bond, who's out there and right. Don waiting. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swinging a ball hit the other way. Foul. First base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Pena looking to put another 0 up on the board. Get himself through 5 innings complete. Can close the book, obviously, on Brodkowitz, starter for the Chuckars. 4 2/3 innings pitched for him. 1 2, pitch from Pena. Here it is. Swinging a line drive up the middle. That's a base hit into center field. Navigato couldn't get to that one. That ball was laced almost directly parallel with the second base bag. Keeps the inning alive. 2 runners on with just 1 out in the inning now. As that brings Daniel Martinez Molinari into the box, who is responsible for all 3 runs that have come in for the Chuckars to this point. His double back in the 3rd inning with the bases loaded cleared the bases. And that hit right there from Don, that was the first hit the Chuckars have had since that double from Molinari. Only 3 hits in the game. First pitch to him in this at-bat. Called strike on the outside, 0-1. Off speed gets the call. And Pena jumps on top with 1 out with 2 runners aboard. 3-3 tie in the bottom half of the 5th. Been a pretty good ball game to this point. Time called at the plate. Looks like Martinez Molinari wanted to step out to reset as Pena was taking a little bit too much time on the mound. The righty looks at second base. The 0-1 on the way. Another changeup. This time, pitch misses outside for ball 1. Ball and a strike is the count. Few pitchers for the Paddleheads again, kind of up and just kind of loosening up a little bit. Nobody throwing, just kind of stretching, doing some jumping jacks, anything they can do. 1-1 on its way. Fastball. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-2. Pena trying to stay on the outer half of the plate to Martinez Molinari in this at-bat. All 3 of the pitches have been away, away, away. 1-2. Pena would love to pick up a strikeout here to take some of the stress off this inning. He does have 5 Ks to this point. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Pitch is in the dirt. Navarez collects and will not have to throw to first. That is out number 2. 2 gone, still runners on at first and second, though, for the Chuckars. As Hiskey stands into the box. Would be a good way for him to make some friends in the clubhouse if Hiskey was able to come up with a big 2-out hit here. And now this is his Chuckars debut. It's Hiskey's swing and a miss. Throw down to second by Navarez, nothing doing. As the runner slides back in safely at second. 0-1 the count, 2 gone in the inning. Pena's been pitching around base runners all afternoon. He's done a pretty good job of it to this point. 0-1 delivery on the way is just high for ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. DeBonville would be next if Hiskey can get on base. Pena's got a sign that he likes, and now Hiskey's going to step out of the box. It's Pena now reset at the belt, looking at second. 1-1 delivery is in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. It's Pena just trying to get his team into the dugout. Get through what will most likely be his last inning of work. 2-1. Pena delivers the pitch. Swinging a ball fouled off. Almost straight back. 2-2 the count now. That was a fastball. Pena now with 1 pitch to play with here in this 2-2 count. We'll see what he decides to do. Has been an open book for Pena today in terms of what he's been throwing in different counts. Seen him throw the whole playbook at these Chuckars today. 2-2. Pena ready. Here it comes. Off speed, swing and a miss. They got him. Change up on the outside part of the plate. That a good way to end the inning for Pena. 2 runners stranded in this half inning. We are through 5 complete. Tie ball game. 3-3 is your score on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
At Missoula Bone and Joints Outpatient Surgery Center on Mullen Road, safety, comfort, and high-quality successful outcomes continue to be our top priority. The key to quick recovery time is the use of minimally invasive, muscle-sparing surgical techniques and advancement in anesthesia and pain management techniques. Wouldn't you prefer to recover in the comfort and safety of your own home? It's nice to have options. Missoula Bone and Joint. Quality care from people who care.
Giving back to the community is job 1 at the Eagles Lodge. Your friends at the Eagles want to sincerely thank Missoula for your continued support. When you stop by for lunch or dinner, or you're meeting friends to play trivia or sing karaoke, proceeds enable the Eagles Lodge to make generous donations to local fundraisers and charities like CASA and Big Brothers and Sisters. Come on by today. Everyone is welcome at the Eagles Lodge in Missoula on South Avenue right next to Rosars.
Are you over 55, unemployed, and struggling to get back in the workforce? The Senior Community Service Employment Program, or CSEP for short, may be able to help. Our employment specialists help low-income seniors learn in-demand job skills, gain paid on-the-job training, and find a job. It's completely free. Call Easter Seals Goodwill to see if you're eligible. 406-836-0670.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Clay Fisher will lead off the top half of the 6th inning for the Missoula Paddleheads, and a tie ball game. 3-3 is your score on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Idaho Falls. Always good to have some nice weather, especially on a holiday weekend, as Memorial Day weekend is kind of the quote-unquote unofficial start of summer, as Fisher takes one for a strike at the knees on the outer half. 0-1. And with the weather that Missoula's experienced, definitely hasn't felt like summer, at least to this point, as the 0-1 pitch is a strike on the outside. 0-2. It's going to be kind of a shock when the club goes to Boise next week, because temperatures are forecasted to be in the 90s when Missoula is out there. 0-2 pitch is a swing and a slow roller. Manji charging in it short. He has it cleanly, throws to first. Nice play by Alexis Manji to get the speedy Fisher hustling down the line for out number 1. That was a rocket from short. Had a lot of mustard on it from Manji. We've touched on it a few times through these games. Not a real big guy whatsoever. Manji listed at 5'5" on the roster, but has a big arm. As Troyer in the box now takes one upstairs for ball 1, 1-0. Lineup will flip back up to the top after Troyer. Carranza due up next. 1-0 delivery is just off the plate away. Logan, the left-hander, still out there for the Chuckars in this tie ball game in the 6th. 2-0 on its way. Fastball called strike to Troyer on the outer half. Troyer still looking for his first hit of the day. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 2-1 pitch misses inside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And the Paddleheads would take a base runner any way they can get it, trying to regain the lead. 3-1 pitch on the way as the ball swung on and popped up foul, third base side. Full count, 3-2. Both teams have led in this game. Paddleheads took a 2-0 lead in the second. Payoff pitch coming to Troyer. Here it is, and it is ball 4, missing outside. Paddleheads do have a 1-out base runner now as Troyer will trot on down to first. Setting it up for Tristan Carranza. After the Paddleheads took the 2-0 lead, the Chuckars came back in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a 3-run inning. Daniel Martinez Molinari with the bases clearing double, and that's been basically it for Idaho Falls offensively. Only 3 hits in the game. As Troyer takes off on the first pitch and misses outside, and that actually, I think, was a bit of a break for the Paddleheads as Hiskey was set up to the outside of the batter's box on the right side, so I think that was a pitch out. And Hiskey just had the ball pop out of his glove. So the Paddleheads potentially catch a break there as Troyer is able to get into second base safely. Pitch on the way is outside for ball 2. Hard to say if it was unequivocally a pitch out because Hiskey didn't catch it cleanly, but it sure looked like it. Carranza now ahead 2-0. Pitch to him is laced up the middle. That's a base hit. Troyer is going to be stopped at third as DeBonville fires the ball back into the infield. Going to be cut off by Don, the first baseman, near the pitcher's mound. Base hit for Carranza. His second hit of the day as the hits just keep on coming for him, as that will set it up for Luke Navigato. Runners on at the corners, only 1 out in the inning. Navigato already 1 RBI single in the game. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. As the Paddleheads look to get the lead back here in the top half of the 6th, score is tied at 3. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball that is outside. Fans didn't think that was a ball. A couple of disgruntled fans letting the umpire know about it. Pitch was called a ball, though. It's 1-0 to Navigato. Pitch on the way from Logan is outside with a fastball. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Troyer at third, Carranza at first, who already has 1 steal in the game. We'll see if he takes off again. 2-0 pitch coming. Swinging a line drive. Look out, Troyer, as he jumps over the top of that one. On the third base side, it was out of play, or a foul ball, rather, by Navigato. Makes the count 2 balls and a strike. Aikens waiting next for the Missoula Paddleheads, who are locked in a tie ball game. 3-3 is your score. Bullpen staying quiet down the left field line for Missoula as the 2-1 pitch misses. 3-1 is the count. And that is a bit surprising to me. as the pitch count for Pena was approaching 90 pitches when he came out in the 5th inning. But with the bullpen not working, I would assume that means Pena's going back out there for the next inning. 3-1 on the way. Swinging a line drive left field. That's a base hit. That is going to give the Paddleheads a lead. Coming in to score is Troyer. Going to third is Carranza, as Navigado is going to try to stretch this one to a double, and he makes it. Navigado, another RBI for him, and he gives the Paddleheads the lead back. It's 4-3. Good base running as well by Navigado, able to make it all the way to second base on that line drive down the left field line. Now Missoula set up to go for even more here with runners on at second and third and only one out in the inning, setting it up for Akins, and this is going to bring a mound visit, as it looks like the whole infield is going to come out for this one. Missoula looking for a big inning. It seems like they've been kind of flirting with a big inning all afternoon. They have 10 hits on the day to this point, but we just have not seen that back-breaking inning, that 4-run, 5-run, even 6-run barrage that we've seen over the last couple of days that's made Missoula so successful. It's been more of a low-scoring, grinded-out type game. We've seen a lot of good at-bats, and a fair amount of runners stranded. But Navigado has been good today in clutch situations, has now drove in 2 runs, as pitching coach Bob Lackey is out there for the Chuckars. Will now go back into the dugout as the umpires kind of break up this little kumbaya moment on the mounds, as everybody will go back to their spots. Lead now 1 for Missoula at 4-3. Akins looking to add on to that with 2 runners in scoring position, both with pretty good speed as well on the bases, with Carranza at third and Navigado at second. Infield playing in this spot for the Chuckars. First pitch, strike with an off-speed pitch on the outside. Looked like a slider there from Logan. It's 0-1. Allman waits next for the Paddleheads. 0-1 on the way. Pitch misses down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Akins waiting is 1 for 3 thus far in the ballgame. 1-1 on its way. This one misses down below the knees in the dirt as Hiskey blocks it. Scooting just to the left of home plate a little bit. Now count at 2-1. First base is open in this spot if Logan and the Chuckars want to use that. 2-1. Pitch will be on its way momentarily. Here it is. Breaking ball on the inside, misses just by a bit. No, I beg your pardon. Actually was a called strike on the inside. Evens up the count at 2. As Akins waits, here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by him on the outside part of the plate. And Akins goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That will leave it to Zach Allman, who will look to add on in this inning. Time has been called, and that means Billy Gardner Jr. coming out of the dugout, and this will mean a pitching change for the Idaho Falls Chuckars. With 2 outs, we're going to see a new arm come out of the bullpen. Paddleheads score 1 time in this half inning. They have regained the lead. The score is 4-3 at this point, with 2 ducks still on the pond, for the Missoula Paddleheads as they continue this 6-game road trip in Idaho Falls. Glad to have you on a Memorial Day weekend. Always seems like baseball and Memorial Day kind of go together like mashed potatoes and gravy. I mean, you got American holiday and America's pastime. Just kind of goes together nicely, and it works out well when you got beautiful weather like this to come out and enjoy a game as well. Hopefully you're hanging out on the back porch. You got the radio on, maybe you got the barbecue working, and you're just enjoying your holiday weekend. As we roll on here in Idaho Falls, we have pitching change, as I mentioned. And coming on to pitch for these Idaho Falls Chuckers, right-handers on the hill. Ismael De Los Santos has taken the ball out of Far Rockaway, New York. Seen De Los Santos a few times over this week. Not a real big guy. He's 5'11", 185. Out of Jarvis Community College. He will face Zach Almond once he is finished with his warm-up tosses. Clutch situation for Almond. We saw him come up big a few nights ago back in Missoula in Game 2 of that doubleheader against these same Chuckers earlier this week. Delivered with an RBI double to score a run in what was a 2-1 victory for Missoula, and it's been all W's since dropping that first game of the doubleheader 14-0. Missoula came back with 3 wins and are looking to keep it going today and ensure themselves at the worst a series win in this first series on the road for the Paddleheads. Back to the action now as Almond gets into the box. De Los Santos toes the rubber, trying to limit the damage in this inning. 1 run in, Paddleheads lead 4-3. De Los Santos throws, and there's a changeup off the plate away that Almond swings and misses at. 0-1 the count. Los Santos definitely has a little flashy flair to him if you look at his cleats. 0-1 pitch on the way is to the backstop. Here comes Carranza from third, and he is going to score. Break there for the Paddleheads as the wild pitch leads to a run. Navigato also moves up to third base, and now it's 5-3. Paddleheads will take it. Matching now the largest lead of the game for Missoula. Still 1 runner on at third. Almond now has a chance to knock in just the 1 run as that pitch misses inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. If the inning were to continue, Gatewood would hit next. Here comes from De Los Santos as there's a swing and a line drive base hit left center field. Trotting home to score is Navigato, and Almond comes up big in a clutch spot and 2 outs and adds the 3rd run of the inning for the Paddleheads. Lead is now 3 as well, 6-3. Now your score as Nick Gatewood now stands into the box. Gatewood hit a rocket into right center field in his last at-bat. A double off the base of the wall. First pitch to him is taken low and outside for ball 1. Georgia native is Gatewood. Has seemed to have found a home here in Missoula. Swung the bat well over these last couple games. 1-0 pitch is a swing and a ground ball just foul, first base side. As that ball ricochets off of a tarpon near the bullpen. A little bit of showmanship by one of the bullpen pitchers on that ricochet. Actually tipped the ball with his foot, with his cleat rather, and tipped it in the air and caught it off the ricochet. Showing off a little bit down there as the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. A changeup. Gatewood well out in front of it. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. De Los Santos is looking to get his team back into the dugout with no more damage being done. 3 runs scored in this half inning, top of the 6th. Paddleheads lead by 3 now, 6-3 your score. 1-2 on the way from De Los Santos, outside and to the backstop. As Almond will trot on down to second base. Is that now the 2nd wild pitch thrown by De Los Santos? Count now even at 2 on Gatewood, with Aaron Bond waiting on deck, hoping to get a chance in this half inning. 6 runs, 11 hits for the Paddleheads. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Chuckers. As Gatewood calls for time and steps out of the box. Quickly back in, though. waiting on a 2-2 pitch from Ismael De Los Santos. Checks the runner at second. Here's the delivery, swinging a line drive, and Gar jumps up and makes the catch at his second base position. Second nice play we've seen on a line drive from Jordan Gar, the second baseman, and that keeps a run off the board. However, Missoula scores 3 times in this half inning, and they now have a 6-3 lead headed to the bottom half of the 6th. You're listening to Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9. Stick around for more.
The next time you break a bone, injure your joint, any joint, neck to toe, sprain a ligament, pull a muscle, or wake up with back pain, skip the ER and go directly to Missoula Bone and Joints Orthopedic Urgent Care on Mullen Road. We're open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., Fridays, 8:30 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 until 2. No appointment is needed for urgent orthopedic injuries and conditions. Missoula Bone and Joint. Quality care from people who care.
While some bike shops are out of inventory, Big Sky Bikes customers are saying they have the best inventory in town, with new bikes and service parts arriving daily. Big Sky Bikes has been busy ordering, back ordering, and reordering to keep new bikes and apparel arriving daily. Specialized Pearl Izumi and Fox apparel all 20% off now through Saturday, June 5th. Buy any in-stock tire for $30 and up and get your second tire 50% off. Select Specialized tires 20% off while supplies last. Big Sky Bikes has the best inventory in town. 809 East Front Street or visit BigSkyBike.com.
Hi, I'm Montana Secretary of State Christy Jacobson. Are you registered to vote? If not, you can find the voter registration application at sosmt.gov or contact your local election office by noon the day before the election. If you're not sure you're registered to vote, check out your status at sosmt.gov. Make sure you're registered to vote by noon the day before the election. Thank you for voting, Montana.
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. Away from your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com. Now back to the ballpark.
With a 3-run lead, Domingo Pena will indeed go back to work to start the 6th inning. There is some action going in the bullpen now down the left field line for Missoula, so we will keep an eye on that. The inning will start with DeBonville in the box. Bottom third of the order due up for the Chuckars, who now have some work to do as they trail by 3. 1-0 pitch from Pena is popped up right side. Drifting towards foul territory is the first baseman, Almond, and he will make the catch in foul ground for out number 1. Good job by Almond sticking with that pop-up. He first started drifting into fair territory on the right side and then slowly kind of made his way into foul ground by the coach's box and was able to put it away for out number 1. Here's Jordan Gar. Jordan Gar's made a couple of nice plays defensively, did so ending the last half inning on a leaping catch on a soft line drive as there's a broken bat. Ball goes flying out towards Pena, who didn't field it cleanly at first, but is able to regather and make the throw for the out. A lot going on that one as ball goes to Pena, drops it. The bat got broken, went flying out towards Troyer, the third baseman. 2 quick outs recorded from Pena. Definitely a good thing for Pena. Mentioned that surprised that he'd be going out for another inning because of the pitch count as Manji begins this at bat. This next pitch will be 1-0-4, and it is a strike on the outside. 0-1. That's the highest pitch count I think I can remember seeing from a Paddleheads pitcher thus far this season as Manji laces one to center field. Carranza backpedaling on it. He's going to make the catch backhanded in straightaway center field. Very quick inning here in the 6th. Pena gets through it, under 10 pitches thrown. 1-2-3 inning. We're headed to the top half of the 7th with the Paddleheads out in front. 6-3 your score, 7th inning coming up on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM.
After long months of isolation, you can take action to help end the pandemic now. Come together. Get a free vaccine for all Montanans. Walk-ins and convenient hours are available. Call today, 258-INFO. That's 258-INFO. Come together. Do your part. Brought to you by the Missoula City County Health Department and your friends at the Missoula Broadcasting Company.
Hi, I'm Montana Secretary of State Christy Jacobson. Are you registered to vote? If not, you can find the voter registration application at sosmt.gov or contact your local election office by noon the day before the election. If you're not sure you're registered to vote, check out your status at sosmt.gov. Make sure you're registered to vote by noon the day before the election. Thank you for voting, Montana.
If you're planning to hit the road this summer, now is the time to take your car and truck to Crawford's Automotive. Crawford's Auto on West Broadway does any work you need on any vehicle you have. To make sure you're running soundly, take it to Crawford's Automotive. Get your brakes checked or replaced at Crawford's and the job will be done right every time with Chase Crawford personally doing the work on your vehicle. Take your cars and trucks to someone you can trust for all your automotive needs. It's Crawford's Auto on West Broadway.
This is live play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula, your home of the Missoula Paddleheads. The Missoula Paddleheads.
Aaron Bond to lead off the seventh inning for Missoula, who leads by 3. 6-3 your score as we continue play here in Idaho Falls. Nice afternoon for Bond. 2 for 2. Doubled home run in his last at-bat as Bond squares to bunt and takes the pitch on the outside for ball 1, 1-0. We've seen Bond square to bunt a few times this afternoon. I don't think not a bad idea. Definitely a candidate to lay down a bunt for a hit. Has plenty of speed out of the left-hand batter's box as the 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike. De Los Santos, who came and finished that last half inning, back out there for the top half of the seventh for the Chuckars. Dean Navarez to follow, then Fisher in this inning as Bond takes one down below the knees. 2 balls and a strike the count. 6, 7, 8 spots in the order for Missoula in this half frame. De Los Santos delivers. Off speed, this one called a strike on the inside. Don't think that Bond was particularly happy about it. Action going in the bullpen down the left field line for Missoula. Martin, the left-hander, up and throwing as the pitch misses outside for ball 3, 3-2. And there was something I saw down the left field line in the bullpen happening in between innings that I thought was really cool. They'll touch on right after this pitch. Payoff on the way is outside, missing for ball 4, and Bond reaches with a leadoff walk. Had nothing really to do with the game of baseball itself on the field, but notice down the left field line there was a kid that went down there and got the attention of Mark Simon, one of the Paddlehead relief pitchers, and got him to come over, and Simon gave him an autograph, and then, and that would have been enough, I would think, from Simon's perspective. He's potentially got a game to get ready for as throw goes to first is a wild throw on a pickoff, gets away from Don. That allows Bond to move up to second base, and I think that's a huge break because it looked to me like Bond was hung out to dry in between first and second. If that throw from De Los Santos was accurate to first, I think Bond would have been picked off. But as it was, Bond able to move up to second base as Navarez still waiting for the first pitch in this at-bat. De Los Santos looks to second, nobody covering, and here comes the pitch. Fastball on the outside for a strike. To continue that thought, had a Mark Simon sign the autograph for the kid, and yeah, you would think that would be enough, right? Sign the autograph, be a nice guy, but no. What happened after that? Simon started playing catch with the kid. And I just thought that was so cool. Took a moment of his time just to play catch for a few minutes in between innings. Like, how cool is that? Like, you got a kid who's probably enamored by being around a professional baseball player, and he gets to play catch with him. I mean, that's probably a moment that kid will remember for a very, very long time. So, kudos to Simon for doing something pretty darn cool. 0-2 is the count to Navarez. Lead is 3 for Missoula, 6-3 the score here in the top of the 7th inning. Bond at second with nobody out. De Los Santos delivers. That pitch way in the dirt. Lands about a foot in front of home plate, and it gets to the backstop. That will move Bond to third. Meaning that's not an exaggeration. That thing was way in front of home plate. Hiskey had zero chance. And now, Bond all the way to third, counted for free. Got to second base on the throwing error by De Los Santos and moves to third on a wild pitch. When you think about it, all of it's been counted for free as Bond walked to start this inning. So De Los Santos just kind of pitching his way into a little rally here. 1-2 pitch on the way is a swing and a line drive right to Manji, the shortstop, who knocks it down and throws to first for the out. Manji wasn't able to catch that one cleanly on that line shot by Navarez, but did not panic and made the play at first for the out. Rough at bat there for Navarez, who did exactly what he wanted to do with the runner on at third. Hit one right on the screws, but right into the defense. No damage done in this instance as Clay Fisher stands in. Infield is going to play in with the runner at third and one out. Fisher waiting on the pitch. Here it is. Fastball misses badly up high for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Fisher a hit and an RBI today. He's 1 for 3. Looking to make it 3 games in a row of at least 2 hits. He's had at least 2 hits in each of his last 2 games. 1-0 pitch is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. With Martin warming in the bullpen down the left field line, I would assume that we can close the book on Pena. Count is 1-1 on Fisher. Pitch on the way is to the backstop. That is going to allow Bond to come in to score from third, and then extends the lead for the Paddleheads. 7-3 your score. And looking at how he scored, kind of an interesting way to get a run in, and the Paddleheads will take it. Bond walked, advances to first, advances to second on a throwing error by De Los Santos, then moves to third on a wild pitch, and scores on another wild pitch. 2-1 pitch to Fisher is swung on and popped up, foul ground behind home plate. May be playable, and no, it will not be, as it lands in amongst the patrons, as you may have heard there, right behind home plate. You could hear a thud as it landed on one of the seats. Looks like a lucky fan ended up with it. Always fun to see a fan get a souvenir. Looks like everybody is okay, as it was right in front of us here behind home plate. 2-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball 3 to Fisher. Troyer waiting in the on-deck circle next for Missoula, who now leads by 4 in this ball game. 7-3 is your score in this, the top half of the 7th inning. Count full. De Los Santos has got the sign he wants. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball up the middle. That's a base hit for Fisher. He keeps that multi-hit streak going. Now 3 games in a row with at least 2 hits for Fisher. That brings Troyer into the box with a runner on and 1 out. Number of hitters in this Missoula order swinging the bat well. Probably the hottest hitter of them all waits on deck. Tristan Carranza. Ho-hum, another multi-hit game for him as well. As there's a throw over to first, checking on the runner Fisher. And that's one thing about De Los Santos saw that one where he threw it away. When he throws over to first, he does not mess around. He whips it over there. Here's the first pitch to Troyer, and he swings and misses. A little bit out in front of a pitch on the outer half. Count 0-1. Seventh inning, score is 7-3. Paddleheads leading things. Already one final score, as I mentioned, in the books. Billings defeating Rocky Mountain today, 12-8. 0-1 pitch from De Los Santos is fouled back. 0-2. Ogden Raptors all over Great Falls this afternoon. Score is 14-4. The highlight from that one to this point was 10 runs scored in the top of the second inning. Grand Junction and Boise also in action now. They are in the fourth inning. Troyer waiting on the 0-2 pitch, and it misses up high for ball one. Grand Junction Rockies and Boise Hawks are knotted at 3 runs apiece as of right now. As I mentioned, game is in the fourth inning. Runner on at first, 1 out. Fisher, we'll see if he takes off. He does. Pitch to Troyer is popped up on the infield in foul territory. Drifting towards the backstop and making the catch in foul ground right on. The backstop is Hitzke, the catcher. Not sure how that one didn't at least glance off the protective netting behind home plate, but Hitzke, the catcher, able to make the grab for out number 2. Had just enough room in foul territory to get to that one. About as close to being out of play as you can get. And with 2 outs, that brings Carranza into the box. Still 1 runner on. First pitch to Carranza misses inside for ball 1, a fastball in tight. As Martin continues to throw in the bullpen down the left field line. If the evening/afternoon is over for Pena, his line, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, they were all earned. As Carranza takes a ball outside. Count now 2-0. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 6 walks and 7 strikeouts. Pena would be in line for the victory if this result holds. 2-0 to Carranza is in the dirt. 3-0 the count. Navigado, who's got 2 hits today, would hit next if Carranza can keep it going. Carranza, 2 for 4 with a run scored. Has had hits in each of his last 2 at-bats. Started the game 0 for 2. 3-0, Carranza waiting. Here's the pitch, and he swings at the 3-0 pitch and fouls it off to the left. And it seems like that's been the trend around baseball in general. It seems like hitters more and more these days are starting to swing in 3-0 counts. That was kind of like, remember growing up, that was the biggest no-no ever, that a lot of times in a 3-0 pitch, you wouldn't even hardly get into the box. You would just let it go regardless. 3-1 pitch is a swing and a ball popped up. Shallow right field. Looks like it'll be playable near the foul line, and it is for Feinstein, who makes the catch in fair territory, almost right on the foul line for out number 3. Time to stretch here in Idaho Falls, bottom of the 7th coming up. The lead is 4 for the Paddleheads, 7-3 your score here in Idaho Falls. You're listening to Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9. Back with the bottom half of the 7th after this.
When the tents go up, the prices come down. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale this weekend at Sleep City. We stocked up during the pandemic, and now we need to clear out the warehouse. Shop under the tent and save hundreds, even thousands on mattresses and adjustable bases. Twin mattresses start at $99. Fulls, queens, and kings are all on sale. Overstock and clearance mattresses from the best brands are up to 80% off. No reasonable offer refused. New 2021 mattresses, pillows, and linens are on sale too. And you can take up to 60 months interest-free financing. Items are in stock and ready for pickup or delivery while supplies last. Prizes and giveaways offered every day of the sale. Like us on Facebook and register to win a gift certificate and tickets and sideline passes to the Grizz-Cat football game. Shop early and pay less under the tent Saturday through Memorial Day at Sleep City, just north of Rosars on Reserve.
Baseball is back and the Missoula Paddleheads season is in full swing. The Garden City has long loved its minor league baseball team, and now Missoula's squad is back with a new mascot, new logo, and a new independent league format. So get out and catch a baseball game. Grab a ticket for you or surprise a group of friends at GoPaddleheads.com. And if you can't make the game, tune in to 102.9 ESPN Radio for all the live play-by-play action this summer.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Fans are up out of their seats for the 7th inning stretch. Paddleheads leading in the ball game, though, 7-3, as we keep things rolling along in the ball game. And we do have a new pitcher on the hill to start off the bottom of the 7th. Raybon Martin, left-hander, getting going for Michael Schlack and the Paddleheads. He's been a pretty good arm in the bullpen thus far this season. Left-hander out of Louisville University in Dallas, Georgia. Little YNCA ringing out through the ballpark. Always a good one at a ball game. First pitch from the lefty Martin is outside for ball 1. And I beg your pardon. Strike 1 on the outside. 0-1 count. Top of the order batting in this inning for the Chuckars as Steele in the batter's box now. Steele, Little, and then Feinstein in this half frame. Steele 0 for 2 in the ball game. For Martin, still no runs allowed. This is third appearance out of the pen. 1-1 pitch is low and outside. Indeed, you can close the book on Pena. Mentioned his line right before the commercial break. 6 innings, 3 runs, 7 strikeouts. Is in line for his first win, as there's a ball hit slowly on the ground to Navigato at second, who throws it up the line, and Steele's going to be safe. Allman was able to glove it on first base, but the throw pulled him off the bag. A little bit of a rare mistake there from Navigato, who's been so sure-handed defensively thus far this season, and that play was just about as routine as you could get. Just a rollover ground ball to the second baseman. Maybe Steele putting a little pressure on that play, hustling down the line is what caused that throw. As Little takes one in the dirt, ball 1. First pitch in this at-bat from Martin, 1-0. Of course, that will be scored an error on Navigato. E4, the first error of the afternoon for Missoula. Pitch from Martin, swing and a miss. On the outer half, 1 ball and 1 strike. And touched on it in the pregame with manager Michael Schlack about one of the strengths of this team, back end of the bullpen. It's going to be left on their shoulders now, with the Paddleheads leading by 4 now in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. Good snap to it from the left side. Little, a left-handed batter, so this is a lefty-lefty matchup. Leadoff runner on for the Chuckars on the error. 1-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball through the right side and into right field. That's a base hit. Stopping at second is Steele. Now 2 runners on and nobody out. That ground ball not hit hard whatsoever by Little, but that was just a perfect example of just hitting them where they ain't. With the defense in double play depth, it was just the right side of the infield, nothing anybody could do about it. That sets it up for Feinstein. Relatively quiet night for him. 0 for 2 with a walk and a couple of strikeouts. Batting here with 2 on and nobody out. First pitch in this at-bat. Breaking ball taken outside for strike 1. On the outside, I should say. Action going in the bullpen down the left field line for Paddleheads. Jackson Sigmund, the right-hander, getting loose. 0-1 pitch from Martin. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Martin's one of those pitchers from the left side that really doesn't throw much straight. Fastball has some good movement on it, left or right. He's got a good slider as well. Count even at 1. Feinstein waiting. Here's the pitch. Fastball down below the knees for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lead is 4 for Missoula. 7-3 your score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And if you looked at the hit totals, you would think that the lead would be even bigger. 2 balls and 1 strike. Martin delivers the pitch. Fastball up above the belt for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. As Missoula is out hitting the Chuckars 12-4. And all 3 of the Chuckars' runs came on 1 swing of the bat by Martinez Molinari back in the 3rd inning. Martin, a quick peek at second base. That's 3-1 pitch is fouled off by Feinstein. We will see a 3-2 pitch. Count full now. And the last thing the Paddleheads want to see is let the Chuckars try to gain some momentum in an inning. All started with an error by Navigato. Count is full to Feinstein, who's been a dangerous hitter all through these first 6 games for the Chuckars, as the 3-2 pitch is taken for ball 4. Gets to the backstop, and everybody, with it being ball 4, everybody moves up anyway, with there being runners on at first and second. And now, all of a sudden, the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Andrew Don coming into the box. Don is a dangerous hitter. Had 4 hits in the game last night, one of which was a 3-run home run. And that's probably what Michael Schlack is going to come out and talk about with Martin here in this situation, knowing who the hitter is in this spot. This could also be a pitching change as well, as Sigmund was throwing. And indeed, that's what it's going to be, as Martin is going to come out of the ball game. Sigmund's coming in. Bases are loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Lead is 4 for the Missoula Paddleheads, but it probably feels a little bit tighter than that with how this inning has started. Started with an error by Navigato. Then there was a slow ground ball that got through the right side with the defense and double play at depth. Ball got poked into right field for a hit. And then Feinstein walked to load the bases. That's where we stand now in the bottom half of the 7th, with Sigmund getting to work on the mound. Right-hander Sigmund, 25 years old, out of Austin, Texas, and West Virginia University. One of the more fun guys to be around in the clubhouse. Definitely a guy who likes to joke around quite a bit, and just a positive guy. And really, this clubhouse for Paddleheads, it is a very fun group of guys. Got a lot of contrasting personalities, not in a bad way, just a lot of different types of guys. You got guys that are a little bit more quiet, like Clay Fisher, and then you got the loud, outgoing ones like Dean Navarez or Kita de la Cruz. Sigmund, another one. On the bus ride up here yesterday, he was messing around with a number of the rookie players on the team. Of course, when you're a rookie, you kind of got to earn your stripes, so to speak. You got to take your spot on the bus wherever the veterans decide to put you. And Sigmund kind of just kept moving around the bus. So when a rookie would get a spot, they would get up and, maybe go to the bathroom or whatever, and they would come back, and Sigmund would be sitting in his seat like, hey, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, Rook? This is my spot, blah, blah, blah. It was, just kind of a funny back and forth type deal going on. It's just part of all the fun of being on the road. And, if you're going to be making all these long bus trips all over the place, you're going to get to know the guys that you're with, and hopefully you can get some friendships. And they always talk about with sports, some of the strongest bonds that you can form is through a sports team. And this has been a unique experience for me. First time coming on the road with a professional ball club. I've had some fun over these last couple days. Back to the action now. Sigmund is in quite the spot here in the bottom of the 7th. He inherits the bases loaded situation with nobody out, and he faces one of the most dangerous hitters in the lineup, in Andrew Don. Don might be thinking about one thing, and that's a home run ball. Sigmund throws hard from the right side. First pitch on the way. Fastball in tight. 1 ball and no strikes. You do have a gun set up now here at the ballpark. Didn't have one last night. The last one came in at 93 from Sigmund. 1-0 count. Don waiting. Pitch on the way as a ball hit out into right field. Looks like it'll be playable for Bond, who comes in and makes the catch. His throw will be to second base. Coming in to score from third base on the sacrifice fly that time is Chuck Steele. Productive at bat for the Chuckars. Brings in a run. Score now 7-3 on the sacrifice fly. That run will be unearned as Steele reached on the error, so that will not be charged to Martin in that spot. Still is responsible for the 2 runs on at first and second, though. 2 runners on, rather. But the Paddleheads, they'll take it. They just to get an out to make this a little bit of an easier situation. 2 gone. Here's Martinez Molinari. Or excuse me, 1 out. Here's Martinez Molinari. First pitch from Sigmund. Fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Mentioned it a few times, Martinez Molinari had that big bases clearing double earlier in the game in the 3rd. Up to this inning was the only offense really the Chuckars had been able to muster. 0-1 from Sigmund is off of, looks like the chest protector into the backstop of Navarez. That allows both runners to move up. Count even at a ball and a strike as now runners are on at second and third base. Lead is 3 for Missoula as the Chuckars have scored once thus far in this inning. 7-4 is your score in the home half of the 7th inning. Fans trying to get into it a little bit, trying to rally their team back. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Sigmund hanging that arm down low, waiting on the sign from Navarez. Now he's got it. Pitch on the way is a fastball on the outside for a strike. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sigmund would love to get a strikeout here. Definitely a strikeout situation with 2 runners in scoring position. Hiskey, the catcher, waits on deck. In this 7-4 ball game, Missoula out on top in the bottom of the 7th. Sigmund has got the sign he wants from Navarez, who sets up inside. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a soft pop-up just onto the outfield grass. Fisher makes the catch and throws back to second, and that's going to be a double play. Unbelievable. I have no idea what the base runner was thinking there. Feinstein. Why in the world would Feinstein be going off the bag with that pop-up that barely went out into the outfield? I have no idea, but he ends up getting doubled off at second, and that's the end of the inning. One run comes in, but a huge base running mistake potentially cost the Chuckars a chance to score more runs. And we're headed to the top of the 8th inning. Missoula leading 7-4 on ESPN Missoula, 102.9 FM.
If you haven't stopped in at the Eagles Lodge lately, why not today? Ask your server about daily drink specials and enjoy brand new gaming machines. Lunch is served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2:30. Remember, Wednesdays and Thursdays, trivia starts at 7 o'clock. Karaoke is at 8. Proceeds enable the Eagles to make generous donations to local fundraisers and charities like CASA and Big Brothers and Sisters. Come on by today. Everyone's welcome at the Eagles Lodge in Missoula on South Avenue next to Rose Hours.
Fake spring or real spring? Well, when Mother Nature drops a gorgeous day on us, there's no debate that the best place to be is on one of the spacious and comfortable decks at the Iron Horse Brew Pub. Treat yourself to any of Chef Ta's mouth-watering weekly signature specials or select from the extensive lunch and dinner menu. The bar continues pouring your favorite brews, wines, and cocktails. So for fake or real spring, make it the Iron Horse Brew Pub. Comfort food on comfortable decks for almost 30 years in downtown Missoula.
AmeriCorps Montana is your opportunity to take the path less traveled, to break the status quo, to stop talking about the problems and be the solution. Join AmeriCorps and create your own future. As an AmeriCorps member, you can inspire youth, serve people in need, be part of improving Montana's landscapes, and more, all while gaining professional experience. AmeriCorps is your moment to be the greater good. Visit joinamericorps.gov to learn more.
Brought to you by the Montana Office of Community Service and this station.
Back to live local play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula.
On we go to the top half of the 8th inning. Paddleheads hold a 3-run advantage. 7-4 is the score, as last half inning ended with a very bizarre base running blunder from the Chuckars. I have no idea what Feinstein was doing on the base paths. Recap what happened. It was a pop-up that just barely made it onto the outfield grass that Fisher easily tracked down, and there were runners on at second and third. And for some reason, Feinstein came off the bag, and Fisher tossed it back to second base, where Navigato was covering, and it was an easy double play. Speaking of Navigato, he leads off this inning, and he swings and skies one. Relatively shallow right field, playable for Feinstein, who puts it away for out number 1. New pitcher on the mound as well for the Chuckars in this inning. It is John Nunnally. As Navigato is retired for out number 1 to start off this inning. 2, 3, 4 spots in the process of coming to the plate. Akins is 1 for 4 today. This is Nunnally's second appearance of the week, facing off against the Paddleheads. Saw him pitch in the game back in Missoula on Friday. First pitch was out of the zone. 1-0 offering on the way to Akins. Misses down and in. 2 balls and a strike, or 2 balls and no strikes, rather. Nunnally mainly will feature the fastball from the right side. Mentioned it also, he's a converted position player. 2-0 pitch is a check swing and a strike on the inside. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned also the last time we saw him that the last time I saw John Nunnally in pro ball was when he was with the Napa Silverados of the Pacific Association, as 2-1 pitch is just inside for ball 3, 3-1, and he played outfield for Tito Fuentes Jr. over there in Napa in 2018. Allman to follow with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Pitch is swung on and hit foul, out of play down the left field line. This one will drift just over the top of the grandstands here in Missoula. Or excuse me, in Idaho Falls. Still getting used to not being in the friendly confines of Allegiance Field at Oregon Park. 3-2 pitch is taken for ball 4 inside, and Akins will draw a 1-out walk, reaching base for the second time in the afternoon.
Number 9, first baseman, Zach Allman.
Zach Allman getting into the box now. 1 out and a runner on at first. First pitch coming is on the inside corner for strike 1. Warming in the bullpen down the left field line, Greg Elder is up and throwing. 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes. If Elder comes in, he would be making his Paddlehead and professional debut. Was just activated off the inactive list yesterday as Kevin Hilton was sent there. One of a couple of roster moves made yesterday by the Paddleheads organization. Lead is 3 for Missoula here in the top of the 8th inning. 7-4 your score. Gatewood waits next on deck. Pitch from Nunnally. Fastball up above the letters for ball 2. Ball 1 rather. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 gone in the inning. Series finale between these two will come tomorrow afternoon for your Memorial Day. Akins bluffs towards second, does not take off as there's a swing and a ground ball towards third. There's one at first and on to second, 2, a double play. Nicely turned. It goes Little, Gar, Don, 5-4-3, and that will do it for this half inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. The lead is 3 for the Missoula Paddleheads. Score 7-4 as we head to the home half of this inning. You're listening to Paddleheads Baseball on ESPN Missoula 102.9. Back with the bottom of the 8th after this.
This is Sergeant Jones. Please respond. I was separated from my squad. Requesting backup. Anyone, please respond. I'm all alone here.
You're not alone. If you're hurting or considering suicide, call for backup. 800-273-TALK or text MT to 741-741. We need you. Your family needs you. Suicide is not the answer. Get help. Sponsored by DPHHS and aired by the Montana Broadcasters Association.
Pepsi Cola of Missoula proudly supports youth athletics. Tune in to Nuanez Now this Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. for the youth sports segment brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Missoula. Each week, Coulter will be talking about local youth sports from grade school to high school. Soccer, basketball, fencing, tennis, swimming, you name the youth sport, and he'll cover it. Tune in Tuesday at 4:30 to learn more. Sponsored by Pepsi Cola of Missoula. Pepsi Cola of Missoula proudly supports youth athletics. If you haven't stopped in at the Eagles Lodge lately, why not today? Ask your server about daily drink specials and enjoy brand new gaming machines. Lunch is served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2:30. Remember, Wednesdays and Thursdays, trivia starts at 7 o'clock. Karaoke is at 8. Proceeds enable the Eagles to make generous donations to local fundraisers and charities like CASA and Big Brothers and Sisters. Come on by today. Everyone's welcome at the Eagles Lodge in Missoula on South Avenue next to Rose Hours.
We now return to Paddlehead Play-by-Play on ESPN Radio.
Action continuing on here in Idaho Falls. Sigmund will come on to start the bottom half of the 8th inning. Elder has also been up and throwing. As I mentioned, he was up when the Paddleheads were at the plate in the top half of this inning. Inning will start with Hiskey at the plate. 6, 7, 8 spots due up in this frame against Sigmund. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by him, up above the letters, 0-1. Hiskey an 0-for-3 start to his tenure with the Chuckars so far. 0-1 on the way. Fastball fouled back. Strike 2, 0-2. Hiskey, DeBonville, and Jordan Garr, the three batters coming up in this half inning. Chuckars trail by 3. Score is 7-4. 7 runs, 12 hits, and an error for Missoula. 4 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Chuckars. 0-2 pitch is outside. 1-2 now the count. Bottom part of this order for Chuckars has done, frankly, almost nothing. 1-2 pitch is just outside. Count is 2-2. As a matter of fact, the final 4 batters of this order have yet to record a hit. Combined, they are 0 for 9 thus far. 2-2. Pitch on the way from Sigmund is a ball sliced foul down the left field line. Looked more like my tee shot with a 3-wood than anything else. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm more likely to go off the tee with a wood these days than a driver. Once in a while, I'll feel a little bit greedy and go for the driver. More so if I'm on a par 5 or something like that. Would be a perfect day for golf today. No wind. 2-2 pitch is up high for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that was toughest part about playing golf up where I used to live in Havre. You almost had to always deal with wind up there. It's kind of surprising for a small town. They got 2 golf courses. Payoff pitch on the way is swung on and popped up foul. 2 golf courses and 3 breweries up there on the High Line. For only up just over 10,000 people, I guess they know where their priorities are at, right? Another payoff pitch from Sigmund is just outside. That's ball 4, and it's a leadoff base runner for the Chuckars. Not a bad at bat there from Hinsky. Got behind in the count early to start that at bat. Fouled some pitches off and reaches base. Sets it up for Thomas DeBonville. DeBonville is 0 for 2 with a walk thus far. Now batting here with a duck on the pond. Sigmund delivers fastball. First pitch misses up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Paddleheads protecting a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Score is 7-4. Sigmund sets. The righty deals 1-0, and there's a fastball on the outside for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Watching the radar gun, Sigmund's been hanging right around low 90s with his fastball, between 91 and 93. At least on the gun here in the ballpark. 1-1 on the way, fastball on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm starting to get it with the ump. Was a little thrown off at first with the delayed called strikes, but we got it now. Bondville waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Nobody gone, runner at first. Sigmund delivers. Swing and a ball, kind of an emergency hack, fouled off by DeBonville. Just kind of threw the bat out there in the 2-strike count. Lives to see another pitch. Saw Elder up and throwing earlier, as I mentioned. Nope, nothing going on now down the left field line. Don't see anything going in Idaho's bullpen either. As the 1-2 pitch misses off the plate away. 2-2 now the count on Thomas DeBonville. A little bit of an open stance from the right side. Moving that bat around near his shoulder is DeBonville. Waiting on Sigmund's 2-2 delivery. And now, Sigmund took a little bit too much time, and DeBonville is going to step out and take a deep breath and reset himself in the box. Hasn't been hardly any wind in the ballpark really all weekend. Didn't see much wind last night, not much today, as there is a ball fouled off to the right. And as we get into the evening here, one thing to keep in mind is there will be shadows that will start to creep across the field. We saw Brandon Riley struggle with some shadows yesterday out in the outfield, misplayed a ball in center field that he lost in the shadows. So as we get later, those could become a factor as the 2-2 pitch is fouled at the plate. Thought for a moment that Navarez hung on to that one, a foul tip, but he could not, so DeBonville stays alive again. Next pitch will be the 9th of this at-bat. Got a battle going on here between Sigmund and DeBonville. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by him up above the letters. Strike 3 and the first out of the inning. First strikeout for Sigmund. Mentioned the line for Pena a few times. He is in line for the win, hoping that Paddleheads can hold on to this 7-4 lead so he can pick up his first win of 2021. As Gar gets into the box, first pitch from Sigmund is to the backstop. Past a backhanded attempt of Navarez, that will allow the runner to move up to second base. 1-0 count now on Gar. Eric Brodkowitz started this game for the Chuckars. Almost made it through 5 complete. 4 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks, did have 7 strikeouts. He will earn a no decision either way, because the Chuckars did not give up the lead while he was out there. 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss by Gar. Pitch on the outside. Count now even at a ball and a strike. Manji, the number 9 hitter in the order, waiting next for the Chuckars. Gar hitless today, 0 for 2, has reached once on a walk. Hiskey at second base, 1 gone, 7-4, lead for Missoula. As Gar steps out of the box momentarily, now right back in, waiting on Sigmund. Hanging that right arm down, looking for the sign. He's got it set at the belt. Here it comes. Pitch on the way is a fastball on the outside. Perfect pitch, strike 2. Great fastball spot that time. But think he'll probably try to do something very similar here with this 1-2 pitch. See where Navarez sets up. They will go away, it looks like again. 1-2 pitch is strike 3 called on the outside corner. Perfect pitch. Slider fooled him badly, and that's the second out of the inning. That was nasty. At the knees on the outside corner. Nothing you can do with that one. Here comes Manji into the box. Seems like every night that Manji's been coming up this week, been talking about him having a multi-hit game. This night, he's been pretty quiet. Does have a walk and a run scored, but no hits to this point. Still a duck on the pond at second for the Chuckars with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Lead is 3 for Missoula, 7-4. Sigmund delivers first pitch in this at-bat. And it is a strike at the knees. 0-1. Fastball placement has been pretty good the last couple hitters for Sigmund. Keeping it right around the knees and on the corners. 0-1, here it comes. Swinging a soft line drive into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Hinsky is going to stop at third, probably because Aaron Bond got it in right field. Manji didn't exactly hit the cover off the ball in that spot, able to get it into shallow right, keeps the inning alive. And that brings Steele into the box. Chuck Steele, top of the order now, coming up for Idaho Falls with 2 gone. Now, I have to believe the reason Hinsky stopped was because of that arm from Aaron Bond in right field. We've seen him show it off a few times, did so earlier today where he fired one to the glove of Dean Navarez from out in the outfield. Steele 0 for 3 in the game as he swings and lines one in the right center field. That's going to be a base hit. One run comes in to score. Moving to third base on the play is Manji. And the Chuckers have a run in this half inning. Now a 2-run game. 7-5 is the score on the RBI base hit from Steele. First hit and RBI of the game for him. RBI number 5 on the season. Inning will now continue for Webb Little as now all of a sudden the tying run now on base, lead run in the box, and that is going to bring Michael Schlack out of the dugout. Azon Cole just got up down the left field line, so don't believe he will be ready yet. Saw him pitch last night. Got the save for Missoula. I'm sure that Michael Schlack would prefer to have Cole start in the 9th inning rather than have him come in and finish this inning off. Whole infield is in for this conference. As Schlack makes his way off the mound as this conference is over. Sigmund has pitched pretty well in general. But is going to have to pitch through this situation now with runners on at the corners. The hitter will be Webb Little. First pitch to him is lined up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Coming in to score is Manji. It's a 1-run game. Moving to third on the play as well is Chuck Steele. 7-6 now the score. As this Chuckers team just not giving up on this Sunday afternoon. It's now Matt Feinstein coming to the plate with a chance to potentially tie this ball game up with the tying run at third base. And here comes Michael Schlack once again, and that will be it for Sigmund on the hill. Unable to get that final out, and that means the closer, Dazon Cole, is going to come out of the bullpen. He will most likely be asked to get the final 4 outs of this ball game. Got the save last night, and now he is headed back out to the mound. And he did allow 1 run in the game last night. Was a 2-run game, was able to nail down the save in the end. But this Chuckers team just keeps on hanging around over these last 2 games. Nothing has been easy for Missoula over these 2. As the Chuckers have now scored 3 runs in the last 2 innings after they fell behind by 4. That was the largest deficit of the game. Cole, a very hard-throwing right-hander, getting set. He will face Matt Feinstein once he's done throwing his warm-up tosses. And Cole just a hard-throwing right-hander. Heard some rumors about him on the radar gun yesterday. Mentioned how didn't see one last night working, but heard a couple of grumblings around the clubhouse that he was clocked in as high as 98 on the gun last night. So now with the gun working today in Idaho, we'll have to see what he comes in at. Definitely a guy that sits around 95, 96. Pretty impressive. Big spot here in a tight ball game. First pitch misses up high for ball 1. 95 on the radar gun that time. Feinstein 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. 1-0 pitch. Fastball again misses upstairs for ball 2. 2-0. 2 runs in for the Chuckars here in the bottom of the 8th. The lead is just 1 for Missoula now at 7-6. 2-0 from Cole. Fastball again up high for ball 3. 3-0 the count. As Cole will now have to readjust here, kind of messing around with the mound. Maybe not completely comfortable out there. Don would hit next if this inning continues. 3-0 pitch is a called strike at the belt. Fans didn't like it. They thought it was a little bit too high. Count is 3 balls and a strike. Runners are on at first and third in this spot. Steele, the lead runner at third base, with Little on at first. Feinstein waits on Cole. A 3-1 will be on its way. Here it comes. Fastball, swing and a miss. Blew it by him. At the knees, on the outer half of the plate, full count. Cole now just 1 pitch away from getting his team back into the dugout, clinging to a 1-run lead. Cole looking potentially for a 4-out save, looking for the final out of the bottom of the 8th. Payoff pitch taken for ball 4. As Cole thought it was strike 3, and a lot of players for the Paddleheads did as well, as Dean Navarez is livid with the home plate umpire as that pitch was not called a strike. Everybody was kind of striding towards the dugout, and I was kind of waiting for that late strike 3 call, and it just never came. I mean, Dean Navarez was hot. He was very angry when that pitch was not called a strike. It looked to me like it was right on the corner on the inside. But now the base is loaded with 2 outs, and here's Don. First pitch in this at-bat. Strike on the outside at 96. 0-1. Don, a dangerous hitter. 1 for 2 with a walk today. 0-1 pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another fastball pops the mitt of Navarez. 7-6 your score, bottom of the 8th. This game has gotten very tight down the stretch. 1-1 pitch is chopped towards first. Diving stop by Bond, and he flips it to Cole covering the bag, and that's it for the inning. I said Bond, I meant Allman, the first baseman, making a nice play on that high chopper towards first, able to keep it from going into the outfield, and that will do it as the Paddleheads strand the bases loaded and get out of the 8th inning without giving up the lead. Chuckars score twice, though. Score is 7-6, headed to the top half of the 9th inning on ESPN Missoula, 102.9 FM.
Time now for the Mortgage Minute with Bill Darling.
As our lives return to normal and the world opens, one thing we're seeing are price increases in everything from groceries to gas and lots more. What does this portend for interest rates? This is Bill Darling with Primary Residential Mortgage. So far, mortgage rates have remained subdued despite inflationary pressures that might indicate otherwise. The reason short-term and mortgage rates have stayed low is simple: actions by the Federal Reserve to support economic recovery. The Fed has held the discount rate close to zero and have continued elevated purchases of mortgage securities. This puts a cap on rate increases. The current Fed stance is likely to continue for a while and should keep rates low for the remainder of the year and into early 2022. So, for now, while prices of everyday items increase, mortgage rates aren't one of them. For professional mortgage financing advice, call Bill Darling at 542-1972. Primary Residential Mortgage, 2112 Dixon Avenue, Missoula, Montana, 59801, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Firefly Craft Dispensary is Missoula's original dispensary. Discover Firefly today, and you'll find an organically grown selection providing outstanding genetics. Firefly is family owned and operated, so you can count on friendly, knowledgeable service from local master growers. Firefly has been advocating for patients' rights for over a decade. They can answer your questions, providing safe, effective recommendations. Firefly is a premium medical dispensary located on top of the Orange Street underpass and close to everything downtown. mtfirefly.com.
Away from your radio? Stream Paddlehead Baseball live on 1029ESPN.com. Now back to the ballpark.
Top 9 about to begin here in Idaho Falls. Paddleheads clinging to a 1-run lead, and John Nunnally will go back to work facing Nick Gatewood, who swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Gatewood, Bond, and Navarez, the three batters due up in this inning. 0-1 on the way. Is just outside for ball one. Gatewood 1 for 4. Double and a run scored for him so far tonight. 1-1 pitch, swing, and a miss. Fastball up above the belt. Gatewood goes after it, comes up empty. Count now 1-2. Not only his second inning of work came in relief in the last half inning, as there is strike 3 called on the inside corner. Good spot with that fastball on the inside part of the plate. Gets Gatewood looking for out number 1, and that brings Aaron Bond into the box. It's been a very nice night for him. He's been on base 4 times, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a pair of walks. Missoula would like to get some insurance. Make things a little bit easier for Dazon Cole, who will most likely pitch the 9th as well. Swing and a miss by Bond on the first pitch in this at-bat, 0-1. Just about came out of his shoes swinging at that fastball in the inside part of the plate. Count is 0-1. As Nunnally waits on Bond, who's now back into the box. Righty not waiting around. The 0-1 pitch already coming. Swinging a bouncing ball towards third. Handled cleanly by Little, who throws across the diamond for out number 2. Bond hustling up the line, out by about a step and a half. 2 quick outs recorded by Nunnally. That will bring Dean Navarez into the box. Nothing happening in the bullpen down the left field line, so it will be Cole to pitch the bottom of the 9th, looking for a 4-out save in this 7-6 ball game. And something tells me that there's going to be a little bit of drama. I guess either way, it's a 1-run game. There's always drama as Navarez swings and misses. Changeup on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Good pitch there from Nunnally. Took some off there. The fastball's been hanging around 90-92. That one at 83. 0-1 on the way from Nunnally. Fastball in tight to Navarez. Ball and 1 strike. Navarez 1 for 4. Scored a run back in the second inning. 1-1 count, 2 gone, bases empty as Navarez swings and fouls one back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fisher would be next if this inning is continued on. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 7-6 lead for Missoula. We are in the final inning. 1-2 on the way. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Diving stop made by Gar. Throw from his knees is not in time as Navarez beats it out. Nicely done, though, by Gar. The second baseman made a valiant effort on that ground ball up the middle. That will be an infield single for Navarez. Second hit of the night. But Gar doing a good job just getting to that ball. And almost threw him out. Pretty close play. We've seen Gar make a couple of nice plays defensively out there at second base today. As Navarez looks like he's going to be pinch run for. Jay Hayes is going to come in and pinch run, and this most likely will be a designated pinch runner situation. Just to refresh on the rule, it is a Pioneer League rule. With Fisher now in the box, with Hayes being the designated pinch runner in this scenario, Navarez can come back into the game and play defensively in the next half inning. One of the new wrinkles in the Pioneer League we've seen this season. First pitch to Fisher. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Hiskey behind the plate. Strike 1. 2 gone in the inning. Hayes now the runner at first. Paddleheads up 7-6 in the top of the 9th. Nunnally set at the chest. 0-1 on the way. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. Nunnally has it. Trotting towards first. He will flip it underhand to Don, covering the first base bag. And that will do it for the top half of the ninth. One runner stranded. The lead will remain at just 1 for Missoula, headed to the bottom half of the ninth. Can the Paddleheads hang on? We'll see after this on 102.9 ESPN, Missoula.
After long months of isolation, you can take action to help end the pandemic now. Come together. Get a free vaccine for all Montanans. Walk-ins and convenient hours are available. Call today, 258-INFO. That's 258-INFO. Come together. Do your part. Brought to you by the Missoula City County Health Department and your friends at the Missoula Broadcasting Company.
Baseball is back, and the Missoula Paddleheads season is in full swing. The Garden City has long loved its minor league baseball team, and now Missoula's squad is back with a new mascot, new logo, and a new independent league format. So get out and catch a baseball game. Grab a ticket for you or surprise a group of friends at GoPaddleheads.com. And if you can't make the game, tune in to 102.9 ESPN Radio for all the live play-by-play action this summer.
Giving back to the community is job one at the Eagles Lodge. Your friends at the Eagles want to sincerely thank Missoula for your continued support. When you stop by for lunch or dinner, or you're meeting friends to play trivia or sing karaoke, proceeds enable the Eagles Lodge to make generous donations to local fundraisers and charities like CASA and Big Brothers and Sisters. Come on by today. Everyone is welcome at the Eagles Lodge in Missoula on South Avenue right next to Rosars.
This is live play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula, your home of the Missoula Paddleheads.
In a one-run game in the bottom half of the ninth inning, Dazon Cole will go back to work looking to nail one down. For Missoula, keep this early season success going. Starting off this inning for the Chuckars will be the bottom part of the order, as there is a strike on the outside. Count 0-1. Dazon Cole entered the game to get the last out of the eighth inning, and the 0-1 pitch is upstairs for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Martinez, Molinari in the box. Sid, bottom part of the order, not quite there, as this is the 5, 6, 7 spots. 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Fastball up above the letters. Martinez, Molinari goes down to a knee. Swinging at that one. Hiskey due next, and then Thomas de Bonville. In this half inning, Chuckars need 1 run to keep it going. 1-2 pitches, swing on and bounced foul on the third base side. And remember, if the Chuckars do tie this game, that would set up the home run derby of sorts. We'll go over that if that scenario presents itself. 1-run game, 7-6. Paddleheads with the lead in the bottom of the ninth. 1-2 from Cole. Fastball, swing and a miss. He got him. Pitch at the knees on the outside. 1 down in the ninth. As Cole just keeps on rolling on the mound. First strikeout for the right-hander. As that brings Hiskey into the box. Hiskey 0 for 3 with a walk, and he swings at the first pitch and hits a high chopper towards Fisher at short, who throws a bit wide, and Allman can't keep his foot off the bag, on the bag. Tough play there, as the throw from Fisher was just a bit wide. Allman tried to keep that back foot on the bag, just could not do it. That sets up a runner on first. Tying run now on base for the Chuckars with one gone with DeBonville in the box. Dean Navarez also came back into the game defensively, so that pinch run situation was a designated pinch runner with Jay Hayes out there in the last inning. As Cole fires and Navarez somehow gets to it. Pitch was in the dirt, went to the backhand of Navarez, and he somehow comes up with it. I have no idea how that ball did not go to the backstop. Fantastic stop by Navarez. 1-0 to DeBonville with one gone in the bottom of the ninth in a one-run game. Pitch on the way. Fastball gets the call on the outside. Strike one, 1-1. Ball and a strike is the count. Here it comes from Cole, and it is low and outside for ball two. 2 balls and a strike. 7 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors for Missoula. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Idaho Falls. Cole checking on the runner at first. Delivers the pitch. Fastball fouled away to the right. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looking at it now, it looks like the Chuckars also have taken advantage of the designated pinch runner rule as Hiskey is out, and looks like it is Sam Little running at first base. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a foul tip at the plate. Off speed that time from Cole. Good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Somehow DeBonville got a portion of the bat on that one. He was way out in front of it. We will see another 2-2 pitch. What will Cole throw here? Will he go off speed again or go with the smoke? 2-2 on the way. Fastball. Strike 3 called on the outside corner at 98 on the gun. 2 away in the ninth. That was filthy. Right at the knees on the corner. Cole throwing bullets in the ninth, and you can tell he's fired up now on the mound. Definitely one of those pitchers that wears his emotions on his sleeve. How can you not be fired up after throwing a pitch like that? Wow. Here's Gar now as the Chuckars are down to their last out. First pitch coming. Fastball off the plate away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Gar tonight is 0 for 3. Reached once on a walk. 2 outs. Paddleheads protecting a 1-run lead. 1-0 on the way. Fouled off to the right. Count at a ball and 1 strike. As Missoula looks to nail down their 4th consecutive win to move to 7-1 and ensure themselves at least a series victory here in their first road trip of the season in Idaho Falls. Pitch on the way. 1-1, it is a called strike on an off-speed pitch on the outside. Gar was fooled badly by that one. 1-2, and that's just tough. To have a guy that can throw mid-9s and then come back with off-speed stuff. 1-2 pitches off the plate away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Must just be so hard to combat. So you got to be almost guessing at the plate of what pitch you're going to see. Are you going to see the off-speed coming in at around 80, 82, or are you going to get the fireball? Pitch on the way is swung on, popped up, just on the outfield grass. Navigado underneath it. He makes the catch, and that is your ball game. Dazon Cole, a 4-out save, protects the 1-run lead, and the Paddleheads keep it rolling. Another victory for Missoula, the final score tonight. Paddleheads 7, Chuckars 6. They moved to 7-1 and have now won 4 consecutive games. Post-game coming up next on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM. Paddleheads win 7-6.
I had no idea that melanoma could be so deadly. He was 35 when he passed away.
1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer in the course of a lifetime. The Foundation for Community Health wants you to be sun smart and always remember, slip, slap, slop, and wrap. Slip on a long sleeve shirt. Slop on sunscreen 30+ SPF or higher. Slap on a wide brim hat and wrap eyes with UV-rated sunglasses. To learn more about sun safety and the signs of skin cancer, please visit fchwmt.org.
The 44th Annual St. Regis Memorial Day Weekend Flea Market is May 29th through the 31st from daylight to dusk. Find unlimited treasures in this free, lively outdoor flea market. Social distancing will be encouraged and hand sanitizer will be available. Organized by the St. Regis Community Council, Montana's largest flea market is easily accessible. Take exit 33 off of I-90 and follow signs to Community Park. For more details on the 44th Annual St. Regis Memorial Day Weekend Flea Market, go to stregismtflea.org.
The Missoula Sports Barn is now open. Formerly known as Missoula Indoor Sports Arena, the Missoula Sports Barn is under new ownership and has some very exciting leagues and summer camps starting right away for youth, high school, and adults. Visit MissoulaSportsBarn.com to register for soccer, flag football, lacrosse, dodgeball, volleyball, wiffle ball, and cornhole leagues. Coming in July, there will be 2 brand new state-of-the-art Foresight Golf GC Hawk golf simulators that read righties and lefties without moving equipment. Visit MissoulaSportsBarn.com to learn more and register today.
This is Missoula Paddlehead Baseball on 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Back here at the ballpark in Idaho Falls, it's another win for the Missoula Paddleheads. Final tonight, 7-6. Another tight ball game. Seen the last 2 nights, it was 1-run games, and the man tasked with keeping it that way the last 2 nights, Dazon Cole, as he has 2 saves in the last 2 nights, and he sure has looked like one of the best relievers that the Pioneer League has to offer. Is, man, just throwing smoke with that off speed mixed with it. That's just tough to combat, and saw him as hot as 98 on the gun here in Idaho Falls, and man, that's impressive. Another win for Missoula. Also saw Domingo Pena pick up a victory for his efforts over 6 innings of work. Wasn't always the cleanest with him walking a number of guys, but kind of pitched through that and was able to deliver a quality start. And that's all you can ask for if you're the Paddleheads and manager Michael Schlack. And tomorrow, Missoula will look to get a series sweep over the Chuckars and make it 5 in a row. Kind of hard to believe that in this stretch of games that it began with the Chuckars winning in such dominant fashion in game 1 of that doubleheader on Thursday. It was a 14-0 win. All since then, though, it's been all Missoula. As got some little guys running the bases around the field. Always kind of fun to see. Still got one more between these 2 teams lined up for tomorrow. First pitch will come at 4 o'clock on your Memorial Day. Maybe be the soundtrack of your Memorial Day barbecue. You'll have hot dogs, burgers, whatever, all fired up for your holiday. I'll give you a little bit of a suggestion. Why not? Me being a California guy, the cut of meat I don't really see too much out here is tri-tip. And tri-tip is kind of a popular thing in California. It's a bigger piece of, if you got a couple of guys coming over for a barbecue, that's a good choice. And what I like to do with it, and a kind of California thing, is basically take the ingredients you would put in a Bloody Mary and marinate it overnight. It comes out real good. You got to barbecue it, and of course you got to bring up something with beef, with it being Montana, beef country, right? So that's kind of a good juxtaposition for me, being a California guy, kind of bringing Montana and California together. So hopefully you can find something good to put on your dinner table for a Memorial Day barbecue, and you listen in to some Paddleheads baseball on a Sunday as Missoula goes for a sweep to keep those good vibes rolling into an off day on Tuesday, and then it will be a road trip to Boise for the first and only time this season to take on the Hawks. The Hawks will appear a couple of times in Missoula as the summer rolls along, but it will be the only visit that Missoula makes out to Boise. It will be 3, 7:15 first pitch start times on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings. All three of those games will be here on ESPN Missoula 102.9 FM. One more break coming your way right now. When we come back, we'll wind down this ball game and get you ready for the series finale tomorrow afternoon. Paddleheads win 7-6. We'll be back after this on ESPN Missoula 102.9.
Firefly Craft Dispensary is Missoula's original dispensary. Discover Firefly today, and you'll find an organically grown selection providing outstanding genetics. Firefly is family-owned and operated, so you can count on friendly, knowledgeable service from local master growers. Firefly has been advocating for patients' rights for over a decade. They can answer your questions, providing safe, effective recommendations. Firefly is a premium medical dispensary located on top of the Orange Street underpass and close to everything downtown. mtfirefly.com.
At Missoula Bone and Joints Outpatient Surgery Center on Mullen Road, safety, comfort, and high-quality successful outcomes continue to be our top priority. The key to quick recovery time is the use of minimally invasive, muscle-sparing surgical techniques and advancement in anesthesia and pain management techniques. Wouldn't you prefer to recover in the comfort and safety of your own home? It's nice to have options. Missoula Bone and Joint, quality care from people who care.
The daily routine was challenging. After the first week, I was ready to quit. But I learned to trust the process, and after 5 months, I didn't want to leave.
Turn 5 months of structure and discipline into a lifetime of opportunity. Achieve personal growth, build confidence, discover a sense of purpose. If you are between the ages of 16 and 18 years old and are interested in making a positive change in your life, apply to our cost-free program online at mycacademy.org. Brought to you by Montana Youth Challenge Academy and this station.
Back to live local play-by-play on 102.9 ESPN Missoula.
Back with post-game here in Idaho Falls. Paddleheads victorious once again on this Sunday evening. Looking around at some other action in the Pioneer League on a Sunday afternoon. Billings Mustangs pick up a win over the Rocky Mountain Vibes, 12-8. Ogden Raptors look to be well on their way to another win. They are up 17-4. That game headed to the bottom half of the ninth inning, as it looks like the Raptors will also move to 7-1 in the early going of the Pioneer League season. Grand Junction and Boise, that game in action right now. They are in the bottom of the eighth inning. Grand Junction with a 4-3 lead over the Hawks. Right now, there's all the games going on. Mention the 4 o'clock start time tomorrow here on ESPN Missoula for the series finale between these two clubs. Scheduled to get the start for the Paddleheads tomorrow will be Taylor Bloy, making his second start against the Chuckars this week. Will look to bounce back from the outing he had earlier this week against Idaho Falls. It was game one of that doubleheader on Thursday, getting my days straight. Get another shot at it against the same club. Bloy was signed just previous to making that start. Will look to get some more success going for the right-hander as the Paddleheads look to win another one, win their 5th consecutive game. They will go into that one with a 7-1 record. The Chuckars fall to 3-5 on the season with the loss. Final stat lines from this ball game: Missoula 7 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors. Idaho Falls 6 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Aaron Bond had a fantastic game, was 2 for 3, couple of walks, 2 runs scored. D. Navarez 2 for 5, Fisher 2 for 5, Navigato 2 for 4, and Carranza 2 for 5. So you had 5 hitters in the order with at least 2 hits in the game. Pretty productive offensive day for the Chuckars. Webb Little 3 for 4. Manji was 1 for 3, but Little was the only hitter in the order that had more than 2 hits in the ball game. Winning pitcher this afternoon was Domingo Pena. Moves to 1-0 on the season. He went 6 innings, 3 runs, 3 hits. They were all earned runs, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. The save goes to Dazon Cole, picks up his second save in as many days. Hope you join us for the series finale tomorrow for your Memorial Day. That's going to wrap things up for us here in Idaho Falls. One last time, the final score, the Missoula Paddleheads 7 and the Idaho Falls Chuckars 6. For everyone at ESPN Missoula, thanks for listening in on this Sunday afternoon. Thanks once again to Tommy Evans for his help on this Sunday afternoon. For all of his help in the studio, always appreciated. We'll be returning to regularly scheduled programming on ESPN Missoula after this on your home for Paddleheads Baseball, ESPN 102.9. Return with us tomorrow for Game 3 of the series.
We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress on 102.9 FM, ESPN Radio for Missoula and the Bitterroot Valley.
T-shirt on underneath it. So I was like, well, this is a poor choice because I don't go to events as a sports fan. I usually have my whole kit and caboodle in my backpack and other things with me, but I didn't